My point is...
Are you ready to be fucked, man? I see you roll your way into the semis. Dios mío, man. Liam and me, we're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Let me tell you something, pendejo. You pull any of your crazy shit with us, you flash a piece out on the lanes, I'll take it away from you and stick it up your ass and pull the fucking trigger till it goes click.
Jesus.
You said it, man. Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
It's the Ron and Fez show. Sorry we were a little late there. Fez just said to be the last phrase before we went the air. I was up all night with the leg and the twitching. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Fez Watley. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Your meds, Fezzy?
It's got to be the meds, and I don't know why. I'm doing the meds like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I went weeks and weeks without any sort of leg twitching or anything. Now it's here like I'm on the meds for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're all herky-jerky, wacky, and off you go.
Yeah. Just kicking the sheets off last night.
All right. Ron and Fez show, and it's always something, ladies and gentlemen. It is always something. Fezzy, we were off Friday. We went over and did one of the Unmasked shows, and then I went down and did it in D.C., where you didn't make the scene with me. Earl was down there as well, though. But I got to tell you this. Brian Regan did the show with us in D.C., and it was the oddest thing because, Lily, come on in. Lily, I guess it was Brian's PR guy who came up with the idea, let's also use BrianRegan.com.
Exactly.
All right, so we used BrianRegan.com as well as the announcement on XM, right? And Regan's people just swarmed the website, just people asking for... They love him. They absolutely love Brian. So we had some XM listeners, some 202 listeners, and some BrianRegan.com fans. Now, I have to tell you, Fez, we've known Brian. I've known Brian half my life. O&A, very good friends with Brian. Brian can hang out with our show, O&A show, and the listeners love him. Everybody here on 202 loves Brian Regan. But what you find out is we, and by that I mean you, me, O&A, and the listeners of those shows are nothing like the average Brian Regan fan.
Really?
The average Brian Regan fans are families, and not just families, television families. They're the kind of people we used to see on TV. They are the nicest, sweetest, most normal people that you ever see. And for some reason, because I haven't met people like that for a while, I was taken back in horror.
Sure, when you see the Charles in Charge family.
No. Charles in Charge family would have been considered the Ramones next to
Really?
these people. Yeah.
Wow.
We're going way further over. We're talking Brady's. We're talking in that whole thing of just the nicest, sweetest people. When it was time to, for people to go up and meet Brian and or ask questions, it was almost like PTA. They were incredibly kind, well-dressed, normal people. And any of the 202 people that were in the audience, I'll just throw out an HTG, Kathleen from the Bronx, and Bri, Beth, Nicole. Those people look like suddenly somebody had showed up at a costume party at church. So they had thought it was a costume party, but it was a Baptist prayer meeting. And very, very bizarre all the way around.
And the love is there, just from the BrianRegan.com fans.
All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Matter of fact, a couple of them had their pictures taken with the Negro, Earl. They walked over and asked if they could. They'd seen one on TV before, but never had their picture taken.
That's got to be a new experience.
Earl, do you feel any reason to answer us back?
No, I didn't want to step over you, but yeah, it was.
This is how he broke in. Now, he did my time cues for me. Now, I can't get Lily down there, but I can get Earl. Why, I don't know. Earl's sitting there, and as I look up, I'm trying to get some kind of time cue so I know where I am in the show. I look at him, make eye contact. I get a nice half smile.
Okay.
I keep making eye contact. Finally, I have to tap my wrist as I'm speaking, and I don't want just anyone else to see this. Earl looks at his watch, looks back at me, and goes like this. Half hour. Starts to try to stage whisper to me instead of a nice quiet hand signal, instead of a sign. I literally, as I'm doing this interview, thought to myself, why is this my life? Why? What have I done? And I'm not even joking about this.
Right.
What has gone wrong with my life that this is where I am at this stage?
Earl, you're in radio. You think you would know some hand signals.
Now, that's Earl being screamed at you as the guy who hung up dark signs at me every 5 minutes 2 days before. All I see is a little yellow paper in the dark, and Fez is holding them up every 5 minutes. And as I give just a small shake of my head, no, this is at the Garland show, 5 minutes later, another dark paper would come up.
Yeah, well, that was a new system I was trying.
Yeah, I tried that, but I kept getting tapped.
Earl, you already were at the thing Friday when I said I can't see them from the stage. Why would you make up more?
No, what I did was I came up with the dumb idea. I was like, let me write it in black magic marker with a yellow backdrop so you could see it. That didn't work.
What did Fez write it in? Same exact thing.
That's exactly what I tried.
Like I said, it wasn't the most brilliant idea in the world. Then I tried to give you a hand signal. And then I realized, okay, black on black, you can't see anything.
Hand signal would have been the only thing that you would have been able to give me. But again, no one will help me anymore. And I will just go out there blind because it's less frustrating than being frustrated. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Now, I did not see the VMAs last night, but from what I understand, Lily, you watched?
Yeah, I did.
The big story is Britney Spears?
Awful.
Really?
Awful performance.
Tell me all about it. I want to know every little detail.
Well, first of all, it looked like she didn't even want to be there.
Yeah.
You could just tell. And she was lip syncing, which is no surprise, but it was awful lip syncing, not even putting any effort into it. And also, while she was dancing, it looked like she was going to fall over a few times. Like, it was really bad.
Like she was drunk or high?
Yeah, or it was something, and it was probably that she really didn't want to be there and she had no desire to do that anymore. It was just really bad, and you can really see that. And people in the audience were just like looking at her like amazed.
How did she look?
She looked okay. She looked okay. I mean, her weave is just horrible, but
I kept hearing that the pooch belly was huge.
she had 2 kids. I mean, she still looks pretty good for having 2 kids,
right.
But not like she used to be, definitely.
I heard the gut was hanging over the waistline.
Well, you have to remember, she broke in at like 17 or 18 or something, you know, so obviously you're not going to go back and look like you did then.
Right.
Now, I also heard that Tommy Lee and Kid Rock got into a fight after the VMAs, where it was kind of some bitch slapping going on, and Kid Rock got to stay, but Tommy Lee was escorted from the building. And then Kid Rock had, like, misdemeanor battery charges filed against him today. So, and this was all supposedly over Pam Anderson.
Geez, do you think? They both have been with her? They both were married to her, right?
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Dave, come in here and pick up this note for me, will you? All right, so the VMAs, there's not a lot of videos on there, but for some reason it still makes headlines every year. There's not a lot of videos on MTV, yet every year somebody, I think, was it Mos Def that got arrested last year, Earl?
Yeah, he got arrested for doing a live performance on the street. Apparently,
he just went out on the street, started performing, and they had to slap the cuffs on him. This year, Britney being the big story, number one, because, she has no talent, and she's older. Which, by the way, I remember when this exact same thing happened with Paula Abdul, and I think it was the VMAs, where she showed up heavy, but dressed like she wasn't heavy. And by heavy, you're just saying heavy for TV.
Right.
In real life, no one would have been picking on this woman. But if you're on TV and you're wearing dance clothes, you're going to get all the same people who said you were beautiful are now going to say you're hideous. So that was the thing that kind of stopped Paula Abdul's shitty career until American Idol came around. And I honestly think Britney will be the same way. That the whole thing is all set up for the eventual comeback anyway. Hey, Bud, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, she just looked like she was in slow motion, like she was embarrassed because she wasn't quite down to the fine shape she used to be in, but she should have worn a dress or something over that.
What was she wearing? Because I haven't got the...
It was like a bikini, but with the pants part. You know, the little boy...
All right, so she's showing belly...
Yeah, and she just walked around like she had taken a lot of pills. I mean, she looked like she was afraid she might fall over at any moment. Not too pretty. But then I hear Chris Rock jumped up and hit Tommy Lee as they were walking out, punched him in the face.
Chris Rock did?
That's what I read in the paper this morning.
I think you might want to see if it's Kid. I really don't think that Chris Rock is tied in with this whole thing.
Chris Rock has no beef with Tommy Lee.
Earl, does the VMAs, do they get decent viewership? Does anybody even care anymore?
The ratings have gone steadily down. They're like half of what they were like in 2000. And I mean, that's why they did this whole new format. And
what is the new format? I don't even know any of this.
They kind of had like a hostless show, and they were emphasizing more live performances, and they cut the show down from 3 hours to 2 hours. This is to kind of make it more compact, and the show went over anyway.
I'm sure the big part of the problem was that there was comedy in years past. I'm sure that did it. When they start to go, we're going without a host, it just means they don't know what they're doing. They don't have an image for the show anymore.
And I think the biggest mistake that MTV did was taking the VMAs out of New York City. Like when they took it to Miami like 4 years ago, that was it. It was awful.
Well, I got news for you, though. When you take videos out of contention, I mean, most of the time you're seeing people winning for videos that now no one's seen anymore.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. And, you know, let's look at some of the people involved with this stuff. Britney, she's not a 2007 act for the kids.
No.
Tommy Lee and Kid Rock. What are they? If you are a 14-year-old girl, you have no idea who these people are. Now, you were 7 when they were big, and in the case of Tommy Lee, your mom was 7. So it really doesn't matter. Here's Bone. Hey, Bone, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What do you say, dude?
Britney was terrible, but I don't know if you caught Liza Minnelli's performance before the U.S. Open final.
Yeah.
That was fucking awful. Awful. Way worse than Britney Spears.
What did she do exactly?
She sang America the Beautiful, but honestly, it made you embarrassed to be an American to hear it. It was terrible.
Thank you very much. Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Michael.
Hi, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you caught this Jennifer Garner when she announced the Best New Artist. She seemed like she was drunk or high or something, and she totally screwed up the name of the band.
She said the Best New Fartist, and everyone is so furious with her today.
Good one.
Well, you know what? I mean, you are supposed to show up drunk at the Video Music Awards. That used to be the point of this whole thing.
Yeah, and they encouraged it this year. They basically said we're going to serve alcohol on the floor because it was set up more like the Golden Globes, where it's more like a dinner/cocktail party. So they were basically saying it's going to really be a party, and we're encouraging everyone just to let loose and drink.
All right, thanks, man.
Up, guys. Love the show.
So they got Mrs. Affleck all gassed up.
What's that, Fez?
So they got Mrs. Affleck all drunked up.
Here is Phil. Phil, you're on Ron and Fez.
29,875, my brother.
Hey, buddy.
Ronnie, you should have seen the horrified look on P. Diddy and 50 Cent at Britney's performance. I mean, the look of horror. I mean, it was terrible. They were like, what is this fat white girl doing up there?
So it really did go over
like
poorly.
A lead balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Kanye West started having a fit, too, that he didn't win again.
Isn't that his normal thing?
Yeah, every year, I guess, this is going to be his deal to just have a hissy fit, because he's not going home with any moon men.
All right, here is Adam. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah, buddy.
This was the worst VMA I ever saw. It was the worst directed. At one point, in the beginning, I only watched about 15 minutes of it. In the beginning, they went to one guy. His mic didn't even work, so they keep showing him. They don't even cut him off and go back to whoever. And then the best part of it, I thought, was Sarah Silverman. She was hilarious.
What happened there?
Oh, she just ripped Britney apart. And that was the other thing. Why would you go on a show if you know that you're just going to get ripped apart? I mean, she literally got off the stage, and then Sarah Silverman got up there and just ripped Britney apart.
Did you see this one at all, Lil? Lil's the only person who watched this.
Yeah, I did. She came out in the beginning to sort of warm up the audience, and she was making fun of Britney Spears' vagina and stuff like that. It was pretty funny, but the audience was pretty lame and wasn't laughing.
Well, you can't. You know what? That's not the easiest thing in the world to do because the people that are up there can't be caught laughing. You know what I mean?
I think the audience was more in shock.
Yeah, you can only do those jokes in front of regular people. You can't do it in front of, Britney's peers. They could be in the same, record label as her or whatever.
That's true.
Britney should have just gone as crazy as possible. Just whipped the wig off, thrown it in the crowd, just gone nuts. Painted the belly.
I had the strangest sighting as I came in here today. On 57th Street. Now, I can only be 90... maybe 95% sure. Paul Kantner. Walking down 57th Street.
Paul Kantner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not sure who Paul Kantner is.
Earl?
Jefferson Airplane and Starship.
Beautiful. Now, is there any reason of all that he would be in town right now?
They might be doing a show, like at B.B. King's or something like that.
I thought something else. Oh, yeah, the other thing was tonight. I was totally weirded out, and I thought, should I grab him? And then I remember we had other things to do. Very, very weird, though.
But he had the wild hair and the glasses on and the whole
he had
deal?
the glasses. The hair was much thinning, but it looked like an older version of him. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. First of all, that last call just made my point for me about having Sarah Silverman on. But if you're MTV, how do you book Britney to open your biggest show of the year and also book a comedian to trash her after that? I mean,
because they do not give a fuck. They want Sarah Silverman to do that. Even if later they have to apologize. We're not going to be sitting around here talking about whatever Fiddy's new video that drops. They need something, some kind of wrestling thing for people to talk about. And it makes perfect sense. If I'm MTV, I'd rather have Britney up there as a train wreck than making any kind of a comeback. I'd love to have Sarah Silverman ripping Britney the seconds after she performed. It would be fantastic.
But that's the best part, is having the comedians rip those people. Because remember when Chris Rock was hosting?
Hysterical.
That was always the best part.
Yeah.
Always the best part.
That was when they peaked. And kind of when Chris Rock peaked. When he used to do those awards and basically go through the audience and tear one person up one after another.
Sarah Silverman did the same thing to Paris Hilton the night before she went into jail. I think that was with the MTV Movie Awards.
Yes, that was funny, actually.
Sarah Silverman's becoming like the hostess.
Well, there's nobody else.
She does the MTV Awards. She always does those Independent Spirit Awards. She's our new MC.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what's up, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Hey, I noticed they apparently did something where they would splice in these quote-unquote parties that I guess they were having at the Hard Rock. And I noticed that at these parties it'd be like Timberland performing, and it would be people that would never be at a party with Timberland. I just thought it was pretty
Well,
pretty
you
awesome.
get paid to go to those parties. If you're a celebrity, you can get big cash to show up at a nightclub.
Yeah, there was no celebrities. It was just these kids just dancing. It was awful. It was
Well, that's the thing. You then pay extra money because it is a whoever party. And it's always like an alcohol brand tied in with a celebrity. And then people go, you know what, I went to that thing. It was packed. And we never did get to see, Fiddy or whoever it happened to be at the time.
Right. But I think what the caller was talking about was during the actual award show, they were like diverting the attention off the stage to a party that was going on like the rooftop suite. It was like ridiculous. Like 50 Cent was up there and like all these. It was. I don't know why they were trying to take the attention off the stage to the party going on at the same time.
What hotel was it? Was it
the Palms Casino?
Yeah. Well, they just opened up that rooftop thing too. So I'm sure that's the corporate tie-in for this thing, because the Palms is the one that one of the things that really helped them was the Stupid Real World suite, and ever since the Stupid Real World party, Palms has been the place for young Hollywood. Everybody who's got money and is 25 shows up out there, all because someone got banged in a hot tub in there. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know Earl was right. They are doing a show tonight at BB King's for the 40th anniversary of
So it was Paul Kantner. Unbelievable. That's so weird. All right, big ass prize closet for you, my friend. And Earl, big ass prize closet for you for saying BB King's.
Thank you.
Hold on, buddy. You'll get a DVD copy of Dexter Season 1. We'll put you in the big-ass prize closet. And, Earl, you can get whatever you want. You know what's in there.
You already have it at your house, Earl. All you should do is go home.
He's already won.
Halfway through. You're halfway through. And I swear to God, I can't believe this is my life. I just had the opportunity. Me and Brian Regan were walking around and he was showing me his tour bus. And then I go into my thing where they're all going, halfway through.
Did he change it up at all? Or was that the only cue that you got?
I didn't look at him again after that.
Mm.
Big NFL weekend. It just started off. No surprises yet, Fez.
No surprises at all. In New York, Chad Pennington already gets hurt. So, no surprises. It's week 1, and Pennington is being helped off the field. So, I wonder if he's like the most fragile man in the NFL.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it matters whether he's hurt or whether he stays. It just doesn't matter anymore. Here is Robert. Robert, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing with the MTV, with those awards, all those little parties, by doing that, they try to make all the people watching feel like you were privileged enough to be, like, invited into these little worlds, like you're part of this party and you're part of that party.
Mm-hmm.
There's some little bitty tiny loser band was playing that.
Beauty. I appreciate. We had a experience the other day for... and I'll ask Dave about this because he was a waiter. Send me David in, switch him up with Lily. Now, after the Jeff Garland thing, 5 of us go over to have a meal. It was me, Fez, 2 Robins, and an Earl. So we all sit down to have a meal at this diner. Now, we haven't ordered yet, but we had one of those fun, snappy kind of waitresses, right?
Okay.
And she's asking everybody, you know, what they want to drink. Have you decided yet? And we're all having that little back and forth like you do with a diner waitress. For some reason, and I don't know what started it, Fez slams her about not getting a tip. Now, when he says that, the whole thing goes dead because we haven't ordered our food yet.
What?
And then I say this. No way, I can't eat here because we're going to end up with, you know, piss food or the Puerto Rican cook in the back is going to rub it on a bowl.
I don't blame you one bit.
So Fez says to me, I go, Fez, what are you doing? We haven't even ordered yet. He goes, she started it. But I go, it doesn't matter. She has the power to piss in our food or even worse, have the busboy. The immigrant busboy do something to our food.
The whole entire meal would have been contaminated 100% by, let's face it, over the line Fez.
Yeah.
Who during the meals always crosses some sort of insult barrier.
Now, Earl, do you remember how it started between the 2 of them?
No, I don't. I don't know how it exactly.
But you remember the dead silence after his no tip line. What was the line exactly said to her?
Which she said that I thought you said no to a drink.
Yeah.
And she goes, you're jamming up the whole order. And I said, no, I said no to a tip.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Now, why would that happen? And why were you mad at her?
Because I never even opened my mouth, and she came on the attack.
She didn't come on the attack. She's being that waitress. It's like Flo. You're dealing with Flo. From whatever that stupid movie was. Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Yeah, it's a playfulness. She's trying to sort of be your friend and let loose with you a little bit. Really make your meal more conversational.
It's like if you got angry at Don Rickles at a stand-up show.
See, I didn't take it like that. I took it as, why in the world is she attacking me? I have sat here quietly.
I want you to know something, though. She didn't attack you then. It's whatever happened to your food that's the attack, and that's why I wanted to leave.
So she can be insulting and engage people, but we're not supposed to fire back.
Well, you're never supposed to tell someone you're not getting a tip. That fucking sets up the fuck me, no fuck you rule. That you're going to end up with a snot burger or some kind of French fry in your ass.
From personal experience.
He was a waiter before.
From personal experience. And the only times I would do that is when someone said, well, if someone brought up that tip thing, because it's, forget about insulting, it's really condescending. It's like, you're fucking pissing on me.
Right.
And my waiting job. And Fez, it's not like she knew you personally. She wasn't attacking you.
Forget all that. Even if she did.
Okay.
Even if she said, hey, tater tits, what do you want? Whatever she said. Timing is everything in this world, Fez. You have to fucking hold your defense until we get the hostages out. The hostages were the food that the rest of us would be eating.
All right, but why is she doing this act if she can't take it?
Who cares? That is not the point that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about right or wrong. I'm talking about defending ourselves from boogers in our food.
And Ron's totally right. Not only do you not say anything, if you're truly insulted, take her lashing silently and then actually screw her on the real tip.
Then you win. Then Fez Whatley's the big winner.
Then you win because then you've eaten her delicious food. She hasn't contaminated it, and you fucked her in her wallet. But you don't say anything.
You
now,
don't
Mr.
set
B.
up
can't
everybody else. And I go, I cannot eat here.
I don't blame you.
I cannot eat.
And
then she's going like this. I'm not going to do it. I made her. I open it up. And I go, I can't eat here because you and him are having this problem, and I don't want to get caught up.
Yeah, there's crossfire.
And then she's like, no, I promise I'm not going to do any of the food. I go, that's what you would say if you were going to do something to the food. That's the line.
Yes. It's in her head. You put it there.
Yeah.
And absolutely, there's always collateral damage, and I'm sure something, even if
frightening.
Yeah, even if it was your
Snot
coleslaw.
rocket. There's coleslaw and snot rocket.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. So that's what we had to deal with.
I didn't think I went that far over the line. I thought, all right, she's engaging me. I'll engage back. I didn't think it was that bad what I said.
Saying you're not getting a tip would have been the line that you crossed.
Right, but
you didn't say, you didn't make fun of her. You said you're not going to get a tip. So basically, you're saying, I'm going to fuck you over. Fine. That's good. Except for she has the power.
Yes.
That's what you're not understanding. You think that I came back in here like the high school principal trying to find out who started what first. I don't care about that. But you cannot put the table's food at risk from contamination, the rest of us getting diarrhea. It's not acceptable.
You wouldn't see like a small, tiny European nation suddenly taunt America. And that's basically what you did.
Think of it as a hostage situation, Fez. This fucking mad person, they've got hostages. They've got children hostages. That's represented by our food. Now, you're yelling at those hostages.
Right.
And not the hostages, but the takers saying, you're going to get screwed over. You'll never get out. I'm trying to act like the guy, everything's going to be fine. Just bring the hostages out, and I'm sure you'll probably only get 2 weeks in a mental institution. I'm trying to get our food out of there safely. You, on the other hand, said there's no future for you. Why wouldn't they start cutting people's throats and chucking them out the window?
So you're saying I turned it into a Waco?
He's not playing. He's not getting it.
No.
You chuckle if they say the most vile insult to you. You chuckle with that little titter, and you go, okay,
let it go.
That's funny.
Let it go, because how many times have we heard on this show people doing horrible things to food? We've heard it a million times.
Right.
And you set us up for that. And it's almost, here's what bugs me sometimes, Fez. You do this show, yet you get zero knowledge from it. The information that runs in and out of here, we're still talking to you like it's your first time leaving the house. Hey, Tom, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies,
Yeah.
welcome back. Hope I can't wait to see the Unmasked. Fezzy, God, these poor girls and guys, they might make a whole $2 an hour, and that might have been her way of just kind of, bringing a little bit of fun to her job, and then you pretty much told her, well, you're going to be making that $2 an hour because of you.
I thought I was joining in the fun.
Did it get a laugh from any of us?
No one. There was stunned silence.
Did it seem like you were being aggressive at the time? Like, did you yell it rather than do a line?
Yes, I'll admit that.
And did you bring up her not making money for the services she would be rendering?
Yes.
Would you say that you snapped it back at her?
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't done in the comedic faction?
Well, I thought it was done in a joking fashion. I guess it sounded meaner than I meant it.
Let's hear the way you said it.
No, I said no to the tip.
No, that's not a...
Yeah.
See, the problem is, with banter, it's, I think, more like jabbing, And Fez just goes right for the throat.
Yeah, he went right for the throat.
I'll admit that, too.
And let me tell you about this girl. Unbelievable body. Great. And tells us her big problem in life is that her boyfriend fucks her all night long and she can't get to sleep. That he won't just come when she comes, he keeps fucking her all night. Now, this is a broad that both the chicks that we're eating with said was hot. And she's talking to us about her vagina. And for some reason, again, in the middle of all this, Fez thinks that he's being attacked and yells about the tip.
Boy, you ruined maybe the best dinner conversation of all time.
Forget that. I don't want her going back, telling that story to Enrique to short order cook, and he's giving me, Asperger's.
Yeah.
I can't risk it. Rick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fezzy, you broke the cardinal rule. I don't care if it's the worst service of your life. You serve that cold dish with an element of surprise. If you're going to raw dog around a tip, you always wait till the end. Always.
That's my only point to you, Fez. It's not who's right or wrong, but where was your timing? Where was that threat when it could have done something?
I think what I was trying to do was outdo her and put a stop to her bantering.
Why?
Because I wasn't in the mood to be bantered with her.
She's talking about being fucked all night long while she's bringing us food.
Even a part of me thinks that maybe Fez wants a little pre-cum or wants, some saliva.
Yeah, but you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting.
Right.
Why would I want that, idiot?
Well, no, because it seems...
Because of what you said.
Yeah, it seems masochistic. It seems like, Mr. B, 99.9% of people, I think, know not to fuck with the waiter verbally before.
And let me just say this, so you get this, Fez. It doesn't mean that the waiter is right. The waitress is right. But when you have a bad waiter, you can either leave or stiff them after the fucking fact. You cannot, before you get the food, let them know that the next hour that they're working, they're not getting paid for. That's what fucking put us all in danger of disease. That's what could have had our fucking food being rubbed around a toilet. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Hey, this kind of reminds me of last week when the last outburst and Fez kind of made it all about him, and then he had to write that report and all that stuff. Pull him back from the edge.
Yeah, I know. And he also came in here all feeling freaked out today. All right, let me go to Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Jimmy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Chicago.
What can we do for you?
Is this a case of homosexual He-Man woman hating?
No, it's a case of the waitress took a shot at me, so I fired one back.
What was the shot that you hated?
Because I hadn't said a word, and she goes, I thought you didn't want a drink. I thought you said no. Now you're jamming up the whole process.
But you don't see that as like being fun stuff, like, flow.
No, I didn't see it as being fun.
Yeah.
But I thought it was her being tough and could take a tough shot back.
Why? Do you think a bully likes to be taunted?
I figured this is the way she acts with everyone.
I mean...
That's why you're...
See,
he still doesn't get it.
No, you've been on the planet for 50 years now, 55, I don't know. And by now, you would think you just don't taunt...
This pen!
No, but it Fez, I mean, if you were to get pulled over by a cop, you're not going to taunt him before he gives you the ticket.
Good point. I hate when guys start ball busting the cops, because at that point the cops in the power.
Yeah.
Right. I understand that, and I guess I overreacted. At the moment, I didn't think I did.
Fuzzy, our guest just stopped by, and it's exciting to have him here. He just was in the other day to do Unmasked with us. He's got a brand new movie out, and go to RottenTomatoes.com because the reviews are buffo. Buffo is a good thing, Fez.
Oh, okay.
It's I want someone to have cheese with, to eat cheese with. I want someone to eat cheese with, and it's Jeff Garland. Jeff Garland is here, and he's a writer, director, star. He's a producer. He's got it all. Hello, buddy. How are you? He's carrying a baseball bat on a non-stop tour to promote this film.
Yes.
How many interviews a day are you doing now? It's just everywhere?
I estimated I've done since I've been here 50 interviews.
Yeah. Now, the other day when you came in and done the Unmasked show, which, by the way, everybody loved, I got all kinds of emails from everyone going, I cannot believe how much Jeff Garland knows about comedy and how interesting that was. It was like a college professor of comedy, and there explains the world how it works. But you were exhausted that day, and then you kicked it up. And
Well, yeah, I kicked it up, and I'm feeling better
Yeah.
today because I've had the weekend to rest a little bit. I still had stuff Saturday and Sunday night that I had to do, but yeah, I'm feeling better.
When did they shoot the? When did you shoot the movie? And you had
I started shooting the movie, I think, in 2004.
Wow. So
Yeah.
it's that long of a process before you got
Yes,
here.
it is. But I didn't finish it right away. I mean, I
Yeah.
lost money, and I had to start up again, and
Independent filmmaking is an almost impossible task. That's why
it's a crazy,
Yeah.
hard task, yes.
I have a tendency that when anyone comes out with an independent film, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and try to show up when I can.
Yes,
so
you
many of those
should.
films are great.
And so many of them stink.
Yeah, and so many of them stink. But the thing is, even when they stink, sometimes you're like this. Well, look what this person tried. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a noble failure.
Yeah, right.
Noble failures are beautiful, and I'm never displeased by my own noble failures. You know,
Right.
when you're trying something, you're trying something. But when you do something that stinks and you didn't aspire to anything, that's pretty sucky.
It is always funny too that at one point they were going, I think I got it. This is going to be the best thing ever, and they just can't deliver.
Yeah.
By the way, yesterday I did another Unmasked with Brian Regan down in D.C., and both of us were talking about you. I told him the story and we both went through the Dick Magenta bit all over.
Yeah, because he was there for that
Yeah.
year. As I was saying to you, you're one of the few people who was at the beginning of my career when I was 20 years old. My first road gig was Kisses
Yeah.
in Clearwater, Florida. That was my first road gig.
And that's the weird thing. He was the next week. I
Uh-huh.
think it was Regan and Manfilati, and I can't remember who you came in with. I think it was like Joe DiCaprio, but it was a lot of those guys that you started with, real strong acts too out of Lauderdale.
Yeah, sure. But especially Brian. He's
Yeah.
great.
He
He's
is
one of my favorite
phenomenal.
comedians.
And he's got his own tour bus now. That's
really?
how well he's doing.
Yeah.
He took me on a tour of the tour bus.
Because he's on the road a ton. You know, that's how he makes his living. He hasn't had really the sitcom or movie thing take off yet.
Right.
I say yet because it's always possible. I think he'd be great to have a talk show.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of Johnny Carson.
He remember when he did Carson? He was one of the last comics to debut on Carson.
Yeah.
And had a really strong set too.
Yeah, he killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the other thing about Brian isn't he always the kind of guy that people root for? Like even
Most
guys.
certainly, he's got that quality about him. Yeah. So that's why I think he'd be great as a talk show host.
I was bringing this up too. We brought in his audience from BrianRegan.com, and they were like so nice and normal that it was frightening. They were the most non-comedy people that you would ever see in your life.
I think everybody brings in who they bring in. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you have certain acts, they're going to bring in certain audience members.
Yeah.
If I haven't gotten JeffGarland.com up and running yet, but I suspect I would have had 12 more people than we actually had if I had it running.
Well, we only wanted to fill that front section. We don't put the whole thing. 'cause
And
we
they
had
were
the cameras.
enthusiastic, that front section, yeah.
But we only put in that front section, and then we got cameras in the back. So don't
Right.
think you didn't sell out. You did.
Okay.
But we can't have. You know, it can't be for the full club because you can't shoot it that way.
All right.
Your film, and I brought this up during the Unmasked, fantastic women that you have. Sarah Silverman in the film, Amy Sedaris, Bonnie Hunt.
Yeah.
Really, really strong women in the film.
Crazy strong. There's other ones, too. Mina Kolb, who plays my mother,
Great.
was in the very first Second City Troupe. She also plays my mother on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Rose Abdu, who's one of the great comedic actresses in Second City history, who hasn't had a hit yet. She played the receptionist in the car dealership. She's really great. I mean, her name, she was there at the same time as Amy Sedaris, and you would say both their names.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. I love funny women. I just on every level, professionally, personally, funny women are just the greatest.
And isn't that funny? Like so many times, comics are rough on funny chicks and
Yeah, I mean, I defy anyone who's funnier than anyone funnier than Amy Sedaris or my aunt. I mean, you know, it's. I think it's the same percentages that there would be if it were. It's kind of like there's only a certain amount of women that do comedy, so there's only a certain percentage that are funny. If you look at the number of males doing comedy, which greatly outnumbers the number of women. the percentages go up for funny comedians. It's not that men are funnier than women. It's just that there's more funny men because there's more men doing comedy.
And because, like you brought about Regan, it's a brutal lifestyle to just stick with the stand-up comedy. When you're out there and everyone acts like, oh, I love being on the road and meeting waitresses.
Oh, dear God.
You're a couple weeks into that, even when you're a kid, and you're like, I'm not going to be able to live out here. I'm going to die.
That's great that he's got a bus, though. That lets him survive, And I've got health issues, with eating and stuff. That I can't do that.
Right.
I might be able to do a 2 or 3 week straight through thing on a tour bus that I rent, but in general, that's not good for me.
And your film is about this as well, of eating issues and all. And the thing I love is that you brought up Marty, which is one of the really great films of all time.
If my movie does anything, if it brings people to Marty, I've accomplished something.
It's kind of forgotten, and the fact that Patty Chayefsky is the greatest film writer we've ever had.
Ever. Good luck to topping him. He showed he could do it on a personal level. He could show how he did it on a bigger level with Network.
Unbelievable. Hospital is a great film.
Hospital too, sure.
And I swear to God, Fez had a heart attack. What was it? The first one, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And we're here.
This is so casual.
Yeah.
Fez had a heart attack.
Well, he's had
his
a couple.
dick fell off, and his balls are hanging from his ears. When was that, Fez? About 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we're okay now.
Well, before you got into here today.
That was so casual.
Well, the next one's coming so soon. The first one seems easy.
Constant health issues. But when I had to take him to the hospital, all I thought of is New York hospital. I've never been to one. It's the hospital. It's the Patty Chayefsky thing. I'm going to lose them. They're going to fucking.
Well, it's
put
easy
the
to be cynical that way with hospitals. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
It is scary. But it was actually a great hospital. But going there, I'm thinking this is going to be great, Fez. And I'm like, I'm not going to leave him alone.
Yeah.
I've seen the film.
Yeah.
I've lost him into the the world of the 1970s.
Or the movie Coma.
Oh, always scary. Another great chick in your film, and has done our show before, Gina Gershon.
Gina Gershon, great.
Yeah. Unbelievable. You have the most dateable women ever in your film. It's the fantasy film for women.
And you know what's really great about that? I'm married and not like a director who dates his leading actresses. There you go.
Maybe that's why they're all happy to come in and do it.
That I guarantee that's part of the appeal.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Jeff will leave us alone and respect us.
The thing with Sarah Silverman, too, who, by the way, is always funny and sexy, which is almost
she's
impossible
the combo platter,
to pull it off. And she played the part of the crazy chick in the film that, of course, you shouldn't be with, but why wouldn't you do it?
Why would they want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always the thing where your friends will try to tell you, no, that's not the one for you, and you're like, yeah, I know it. I'm taking her out again in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Until she destroys me, I'll be continuing getting what I can get.
Now, you're open in New York now, and it just starts to roll out.
Yeah, like next week, this Friday, it's like Washington, D.C., Boston, Los Angeles, and then more cities, Chicago, October 5th. But right now, it's also available on cable and satellite on demand. It's a new program that IFC has where they take small independent movies, they put them in the theaters, and they platform them out slowly. But at the same time, for those people who live in cities where it might not ever come, or if you don't want to go out to the theater, you can watch it on your television.
I've seen some documentaries and stuff that way, too, that because a lot of good documentaries don't get the heavy release that they should.
That's exactly right.
And you go to IFC On Demand, and I'll just go through there occasionally, read through it, and go. And all I'm going for them, because a lot of these you don't even get press on.
Right.
So you get like a couple of sentences, and you think, yeah, all right, I'll pull the trigger on this one. They've got to sell you in 2 or 3 sentences.
Well, that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Nobody's got patience to read a full paragraph.
Right. Give us a plug, Fezzy.
It's I Want Someone to Eat Cheese With, now playing at the IFC Center, 6th Avenue here in New York City. Like we said, it's going to roll out nationwide in October, and you can get it. Various cable companies have it on Movies on Demand.
Yes.
Movies on Demand.
But it rolls out nationwide this week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It sort of goes through October, as far as I know, unless it's a huge hit. I will say this, though. What I know today is my movie had the number one on-screen average in the country.
That's fantastic.
It was only playing at one theater.
But that's how they roll out bigger, though.
But it was bigger than 310 to Yuma. Every movie that came out this week, my movie was number one per screen on one screen. Yowza.
And
this week will be a big thing to see how it does. Be real exciting.
I was watching that thing. It's not Ebert and Cisco. It's the other two, though. The girl who's done a show. It's like Real Talk or something like that.
I think it is Real Talk,
and, they're out in New York, and they give kind of the thumbs up. They raved over you.
That's
raved
a
over you.
It's a New York Times raved. It's been you can't control that stuff. You just do the best you can do and hope that some people dig it, and it's worked out.
You've taken it along to the film festivals too, right?
Well, it debuted and it was acquired through the Tribeca Film Festival.
All right. So how does that work? You show up. You have to.
No, you
show
submit
them,
your movie and
then
you
wait.
fill out forms, and then you wait to hear if they accept your movie, and then if they accept your movie, you go and show
it's seen by people that hopefully.
Well, no, there's only certain festivals that you get any industry sort of thing, like Sundance, L.A. Film Festival, Toronto and Sundance are the big two for acquisitions.
Okay,
and then everything else is to varying degrees. Tribeca, L.A., there's a few others.
Tribeca is still kind of new, right?
South by Southwest.
Only like 5 years old or something.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Yeah, I had a good time there, though. And I'm actually involved now with the LA Film Festival. They're really nice people.
Now,
so that was enjoyable.
Because when they show up, then people have to watch every film and then judge them, and they give out awards.
Yes, well, that's if your movie's in competition. Like at the Tribeca, my movie wasn't in competition. However, and this is the thing that I didn't understand when distributors came, why they didn't notice. My movie sold out every single showing, including they added a screening at a theater that seats 1,000 people. It sold out.
Wow.
Why wouldn't anyone take notice? I met with one guy who said, I met with a lot of people, but one guy I brought that up to. He goes, no, they're there because they love Daddy Daycare. I go, no, they're not. They're there because they love Curb Your Enthusiasm and they love Sarah Silverman. They're not there because they love Daddy. I guarantee that if anyone saw my screening at Tribeca that year, the only reason they saw it Daddy Daycare was because their kids wanted to see it.
Now, have you watched your film with other people?
Yeah, I've sat in the back of the room.
Is that a tough thing to do? Is that harder than even stand up because you can't change?
Well, it's tough when they're restless.
Yeah.
One night they were kind of restless, I felt. But yet I've talked to people who were there that night going, I saw your movie. I go, what screen did you see? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like going, I thought the audience hated it that night.
Right.
Like the Q&A was very quiet and it wasn't, but it didn't bomb per se, and it was sold out. But, it's also interesting with this movie. It's not what people expect. People are expecting either a broader style of comedy or more like Curb Your Enthusiasm, and really this movie is very quiet and very dark. It's an unromantic comedy. Mm-hmm. It's very real. So
I'll throw back something, and only a tone that it reminded me of a real favorite film of mine called Chilly Scenes of Winter with John Hurd that was made
I know that movie
in the 80s. And there's just the thing of, will this guy be okay?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's what I liked about your film so much, is that it really did remind you of what it's like to see a friend go through that thing where he's maybe beating himself up a little too much and bad luck has come his way. You know?
Yeah.
So it was really a real
that's what
film.
I aspired to. So if you dig it that way, then I've been successful.
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
man.
Fez?
Exactly.
Fez, did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I want someone to eat cheese with. I
know you do. Well, Fez, you also kind of a lonely guy. We could make this film about him because he puts himself in a lonely guy
I've had so many of those moments. The just going to the convenience store and getting as much junk food as possible.
Right. Oh, yeah, you went through that. That's one of the things that I guess led to your problems. You said, well, I remember one time you called me with your mouth bleeding from eating too many Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, yeah. They were so sour, they took the skin off of my tongue.
Okay.
And I was bleeding out my mouth.
The sour had nothing to do with the skin on your tongue. It was called chemicals. There were chemicals making your tongue... You ate Sour Patch Kids till your mouth was bleeding.
Very
that
sour
is
chemicals.
Insane. That is unbelievable.
And another time I remember, and this is a true story, because I forgot that you really do these bizarre things.
Now that's as bizarre as it gets.
All right, I got one for you. He gets the Girl Scout cookies. So he gets all these Girl Scout cookies.
Right, Thin Mint's my favorite.
Waited months for them.
You ran in the other room and you started eating the lemon ones.
The lemon creams.
Till you had some kind of terrible reaction.
Yeah, all of a sudden,
your mouth started bleeding.
No, my mouth.
Imagine if that's like he eats till his mouth bleeds. What?
My mouth and jaw all went numb. Again, I'm going to have to go with chemicals on that one. Like
no,
you
that
said.
one I would have to go with speed and shoving. I would have to go with on that one, Fez.
Yes, so I totally related to any sort of junk food binge thing.
All right.
Like the time I had the mixing bowl of Oreos with milk over them, like it was a big giant bowl of cereal.
Oh, you're a big bowl of disturbing. You're worse than me.
Yeah. Why don't you make your own film called "This Is More Depressing"?
This is really fucked up. That's the name of his film.
I just want people to leave me alone so I can eat cheese by myself.
Or come eat with me till my mouth bleeds.
I want my tongue to stop bleeding.
What have I done? What have I done?
Holy moly.
Jeff Garland's in studio with us. His film is I Want Someone to Eat Cheese With. You can check it out in New York City at the IFC Center, or it rolls out nationwide starting this week. And you can also catch it through your local cable system. Check the listings for on demand.
What do you do from here now? You go into these cities as it opens up? And
no, I'm going to 2 more cities. I'm going back home to Los Angeles, so I'll be there for the opening, and I'll be at the different theaters doing Q&A, that sort of thing, and lots of interviews. And then I got Jon Stewart till tonight, and that's it. And then I'm done for New York. Go back to L.A., do L.A., and then I have Chicago the beginning of October. I'll be there for it in Chicago, and then I'm done.
You and Jon Stewart old buddies too, right?
Yes.
And Conan, who you were on the other night, you used to live with him at one time.
Yeah, Conan I used to live with, and Jon Stewart sublet from me.
That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, so I've had real estate dealings with the talk show people. Letterman and I never lived together. Leno, he probably knew where I lived.
All right, Jeff Garland, congratulations to you. I know you got to run out of here. Your publicist is giving me the wrap it up. He's very, very busy, but I really do appreciate you coming by.
As they say in Sweden, I really enjoyed myself. And I would love to meet with you again. Thank you, man.
All right, buddy.
And Fez?
Yes.
Take better care of yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm trying.
It's a struggle, I know.
It really is.
But really try.
Get him, put him in a group. He needs to be in a group.
I got no groups for him. Okay.
All right, we'll break. Here's an out cue. Ron and Fez.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Yes, the Ron and Fez Show. Tonight on CNN, Fez, our buddy HTG will be making an appearance out there speaking with that freedom of speech that she does. She's the lone soldier, Fez.
Nice.
She is the knight riding on her steed, protecting us all. CNN headline news between 5 and 6 Eastern Time. No, if you're in the wrong part of the country, you have to figure out when that happens. Because when you're in the other parts of the country, you're not up to date. So HTG on CNN headline news tonight between 5 and 6 o'clock.
She always does so well on television. She looks good. She sounds good. She's a TV package.
What are you, Jinxie Jinxerson? Do you not know you don't say things like that before people go on? You simply say, break a leg. Break a leg, my friend.
Oh, I didn't know you did that for news programming, too.
Any kind of programming. You never say to someone you always kill.
Oh, okay.
Get out there. You always kill.
All right, HTG, break a leg tonight, sweetheart. Fall down some stairs.
Ouch.
Too much?
Seems like it. Hey, I got a card from Garland, too. He's actually very worried about you.
Really?
Yeah. I guess you belong in some kind of whatever that thing is, people that can't control themselves thing.
That Overeaters Anonymous.
I don't think you eat too much. It's just when you do, right? You don't do it with every meal.
Right, yeah.
Just some junk food.
Yeah, every now and then I'll just go nuts and there'll be a whole blueberry pie gone. It happens.
I never saw you eat pie like that. I've only seen you eat little junk food.
Well, a big...
You're a candy eater.
Candy eater, snack cake eater. That'll happen, just a box of Ho-Hos will go and...
By the way, I stopped and got the greatest all-time snack cakes, Tasty Cakes, yesterday. Fantastic. Stopped at a Wawa on the way down to D.C., got some Tasty Cakes, felt like $1 million. Best of luck to Dolphin Crash, Fezzy. He is taking on Dick and Danielle, and he is making an ass out of himself.
That speech last night at the nomination ceremony on Big Brother 8, just hysterical. And the people left in the house, Dick and Danielle especially, couldn't quit laughing at him. Right to his face.
Well, I like to call them Mikey D and Lene. They stick together. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
They get so upset when they do it, it's, hey man, it's just a game, no hard feelings. And then they get really upset when something happens back to them.
All right, I am answering some questions here. I had the candy cakes, the Tasty Cake candy cakes, along with the butterscotch crimpets.
Ooh.
Which I believe is a fabulous 1-2 punch. And the only thing that really goes great after a fantastic hoagie, even though I did not have a hoagie.
Butterscotch is such an overlooked flavor.
Yeah.
And those crimpets are the best snack cakes of all time. My grandmother used to give them to us for Easter. That's how much we love those in our house.
Now, could you buy them locally? Did you live far enough south, close enough to Philly to buy them locally?
Yeah, we could buy them at any deli, any place that you had, snack foods.
Yeah.
And they were delicious, and they go with any type of soda. One of the few snack cakes that can brag that claim.
Interesting. I honestly think they're the only edible snack cake. I really don't like the Little Debbie's and all that. It just does nothing for me. And I don't know whether it's foods that you grew up with, but any of the Philly local foods, I'm just addicted to. I just think fantastic. Even though some of it, sadly, I feel like the bread has gone down a little bit, and New Yorkers tell me the same thing about New York bread. Now, I went over, I talked to, there was some kind of contest. France is destroying us in well-baked breads. Destroying us.
Really? I didn't know there was a bread competition.
Oh, there's giant bread competitions.
Oh.
There's like any kind of food. There's competitions.
Well, France also known for their breads, though, right? I mean, was there a time when America was over France in breads?
To me, the Philly hoagie roll is the finest thing that's ever happened to this country. I don't believe that it's at the same place it was. Now, I think you would say an Italian roll in New York, you would feel the same way. I don't know if they're up the same places they were years ago. I don't think people care about breads as much.
I don't also think that France's breads are as flexible. I mean, you can't put peanut butter and various condiments.
That's what's keeping you off the fucking show, and I don't want to get in this Wonder Bread. I'm not ever going to discuss bread with you. And Fez, I got to also say that I'm mad at you for this, because the one good sandwich I had in my life came in from Hosp about a year ago. The one good thing that he brought down from the Bronx, you pissed all over Hosp, so you pissed all over my sandwich guy. And that ended that beautiful thing that we had. And Earl, what happened to your 25% club?
I don't know where Earl is, Mr. B. I thought he was with you. He's disappeared from this room.
Okay, thank you for that. That's my fault, Deb. I took faith and I threw it out there, and he didn't exist. Tony, Greg, you're on the Ron Fez show. Tony and Greg. How did I make that mistake? What an idiot I am. Go ahead, Greg.
Did you pick up any Herr's potato chips and some?
No, but I do so love it. I do so love it. Talk to you later, my man.
Yeah.
866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. What? Oh, Earl, what happened to you in the 25% parties? We haven't had one in, 3-4 weeks?
It's been almost 3 weeks, yes.
That means it should be a 100% party.
Oh, yeah.
Where you should take an entire paycheck and buy food with it.
Yes!
It'll be bruising, but hey, if I owe, I owe.
You do owe. And you never get off this, do you? The Vegas is going to be unbelievable for missing 4 weeks. I want you to do this for me. Go to CNN with HTG tonight and give her time checks.
I don't think... That was the one time where black on black doesn't necessarily work either, so I had to use my mouth, which didn't work at all.
Fez, Earl, why isn't my life better? What have I done wrong? Just tell me and then I'll try to make the changes. Or is it too late for me?
No, I don't think it's too late for you.
I'm hoping to wake up and it's still Christmas morning and I can make all the changes I want.
No, it's not you at all. It's me. It's totally me.
Yeah.
But you're right. You don't deserve this much torture in your life.
Shouldn't I be Jeff Garland? Shouldn't I be wandering around talking about my new movie, someone to eat Hers potato chips and butterscotch crimpets with?
You're the mover. You should be a mover and shaker. You are a mover and shaker.
I'm neither. I'm not a shaker. I'm not a mover. I'm neither right now. Richard, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, I just wanted to tell you that the best bread right now anywhere is New Orleans. The muffaladas just can't beat them, and also Ronnie, I'm sorry that the rest of the guys around you are just dragging you down.
Well, I don't think they're dragging me down. I just think that they're my peers.
Yeah, they're albatross, buddy, albatross.
No, I honestly blame myself. I blame myself as much as I blame everybody around me. And just when I tried to bring Dave into this today, and he started bringing up, you can't put peanut butter and jelly on French bread, I just said to myself, why am I here? What has happened? Who can I converse with? Who can I talk with?
Peanut butter and jelly on French bread.
Fez, do you have that email for me? The guy from Philly had a question.
Oh, yeah. Got that.
I want to throw this out to everybody from the team. And by the way, here's the phone number for the show. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. This comes... Oh, and before I even get into this... Chris, I want to thank you for the 6 Cuban cigars. Apparently, he sent them here. He emailed Dave and Pitsy and never heard back from him. You had the cigars the whole week. When I found out about it, Fez, I made him get on a train and bring them to me in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I told the guys to give you the cigars.
They did not. Did you rain hell down on them?
Not yet, no.
What are you waiting for?
Well, Pitsy's not.
Did I rain on you?
Oh, yes,
Then
you did.
why don't you let the shit roll downhill? That's why you can't be a leader.
I mean,
Does Dave even know that he didn't give me the cigars?
I never even knew about the cigars until I saw Earl's email on Sunday night, but I never saw.
So whose fault was it? Pitsy's?
Yeah, because I'm handing them to him, and I said, make sure Ron gets this. Make sure we thank the guy who sent them. And I thought it was taken care of.
Where's Pitsy today?
He's at jury duty.
All right, to me, that's a fireable offense. So put in the paperwork and put reason for firing, jury duty. And anybody will back us up with that. It will go through. All right, so Pitsy's going. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. And next to jury duty, in very small parentheses, put CC, and we'll remember that means Cuban cigars. The real reason for his firing. But here is James. James, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, buddies?
Yeah.
I was just calling to tell you, Mr. B, that you can get Tasty Cakes mail ordered to you anywhere in the country, anytime you need them.
You know, I may have to do that occasionally if I'm throwing a party. I mean, unfortunately, the Eagles never go back to the Super Bowl anymore, so there's no reason to have hoagies and cheesesteaks and Tasty Cakes shipped to me. There's this great website. I think it's called The Taste of Philadelphia. They charge you a fortune to send you great food, and it is so exciting when that package shows up. Only the packages from Flathead that I used to get, which, by the way, he used to mail to Levon Helm. Why? We thought that was the smart move. And you know what I used to do? So I made sure when I got a package from Levon Helm, don't open it up immediately. Leave it around till after the cops think, hey, there's enough time he's picked up his mail. We know it has it. And then I would just have it sitting there in my mind, in my fucking weirded out mind going, oh no, I planned on taking that back since I'm not Levon Helm. I planned on taking that back to the, because it wasn't opened. So I thought it was just foolproof plan. All right, anyway, this comes to us from a young gentleman by the name of Matt. Hi guys, I was recently put into this situation. I thought I could get some feedback from you. My birthday recently passed, and a good friend decided to take me to a Phillies game. Very nice birthday present. However, I'm sort of bothered by this gift because she's using her father's season's tickets, which have been offered to me in the past because he was not going to use them. Should I be just happy to go to the game, or resentful that she got me a gift that I didn't have to pay for? To color this in a little, most certain she got to use these tickets because her father wouldn't be going to the game. It's Goya Latino family night, Durbin is pitching, and the Phillies pretty much dropped out of contention. She has a track record of getting me shitty gifts. She's not handing over both tickets, but even though she doesn't follow the team, she wants to come in with us. I'm leaning towards negative. What do you guys think about this? Number one, he knows she didn't pay for the gift.
Right.
Should he bring it up and make a big deal about it? Fezzi, you know a little bit about bad gifts. What do you say?
I say accept the gift. It doesn't matter that she didn't pay for it. It's still it's still Phillies tickets that he didn't have to pay for. Accept the gift graciously.
Well, what about this? Okay, same scenario. Hey, it's your birthday. I'll give you this blanket that was laying around my house. I'll give you these old boots that my dad used to wear. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What is your reason for not acting like this is a hand-me-down gift? Because it's tickets?
Yeah, it's tickets. It's him getting to enjoy a baseball game.
But can we at least agree that it's not a gift?
Oh, I think no, I think it's a gift.
Even though it's somebody else's that they didn't want. You see what I'm saying here, Earl?
It's like a backhanded re-gift. You know,
it is a re-gift, but even then, it's something somebody else didn't want. Like, is this a gift, Fez? Oh, it's your birthday? Come over and swim in my pool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's something that she already has. It's family property. Now, it's nice if your friend says to you, hey, Earl, I got season tickets to the Yankees. I'm not using them. Would you like them? Sure. That's a nice thing, right? And I've gotten that before. Many times from people, and even for games I didn't want. Washington Wizards tickets. Somebody gave me great tickets on the floor. Now, I went to see the Washington Wizards play. I forget who it was. It was somebody, off fucking... There was no game of contention. This is a couple years ago. But I took my son. We ended up having a ball together. Now, I knew that the guy didn't want to go to this game. He's got season tickets. Here's a game I don't want. I'll offer it to somebody. No problem. I thought it was a fantastic thing to get to someone. But to hear, this is your birthday, here's my gift to you, my tickets I'm not using, that's not a birthday gift. That's just a nice thing friends do for each other.
There's no uniqueness to it. I mean, that's something that could have happened, a month after his birthday or 2 months after his birthday.
And you, of all people, Fez, who gets your nose cut so quickly about things, I think that you would see the social faux pas here.
No, I see these Phillies tickets as almost like a gift certificate, where it's like, here's a gift certificate to go enjoy a Phillies game.
Right, but the gift certificate was one that wasn't going to be used, and the person who gave it to her didn't buy it.
Yeah, but it's still something he wouldn't have had anyway. And it's not
that doesn't mean anything. Somebody wouldn't have your old headphones.
But it's not...
Would you wrap up your old headphones and say to somebody, here's a gift?
No, those have been used. This gift has not been used.
All right, so it doesn't have to be bought with you in mind, the gift. It doesn't have to be picked out for you. You could go home and, as Earl pointed out, re-gift. And that's a gift.
I think it's still a gift. I put it in the gift column.
I'm still under I think it's like it's not a direct re-gift, but it's still a re-gift.
It's a definite re-gift. There's no doubt about it. And it's not even hers. You know what I mean? This is her dad's tickets. Which, if you said, my dad's not using his tickets, let's go to the game. That's great. That's fantastic. Anybody would like that. But to act like, here's your birthday, the tickets that, sometimes we get from my dad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure this isn't the first time, since he knows he's went to these games before.
Right.
He knows about the situation. That's not a birthday present. That's just a thing that happens sometimes between friends. Here is, let me go over here to Tom. Tom, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
In the email, say that the dad actually offered him tickets.
Yeah, the dad offers him these tickets from time to time. Some he can go to, some he can't. And again, the Phillies are 6 games out now?
Yeah, they're in and out. Like, every time they get close, they'll lose 6 or 7 straight and fall out of it.
Let's face it, if they were 2 out, was he going to go to this fucking game?
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
See, to me, this is like here's the gift. Let's spend an evening together, and we'll go to the Phillies game.
If it was a true gift, she should be giving him parking. She should be giving him money to buy the hot dogs and the popcorn and everything. This is a total burden.
Yeah,
on
it's
the guy.
just her dad's thing. It doesn't even make sense. Here's Sean. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I think the tickets. I always think tickets to an event's a great gift and not a re-gift, even if they're season tickets.
But if they're your tickets.
It's one thing to say it's a nice thing to get, and I agree 100%. But it's her dad's tickets, which her dad sometimes gives this kid from time to time. This is, again, I think it's like saying, come on over to my house and swim in my pool. That's your gift. Something I already have. It doesn't, or come over to my house and swim in my dad's pool. It's not a birthday present. I don't think this friend is worthy of Matt. Tommy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, I want to ask Fez, for his birthday, if you gave him something from the big-ass prize closet, that's
Tommy,
a good gift?
You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah.
Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. It is the Ron and Fez show. With you here today till 3 o'clock. Another special guest coming up in a little while. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to risk this. I will just say this. I'm as excited as I've ever been. As excited as I've ever been.
And that's all that's going to be said.
Thank you, Mike. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, he didn't really get tickets. He got one ticket, and he had to take the girl who gave him the gift. So it's not really a gift; it's a forced date.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that as well too. How is it a gift? If it belongs to my dad, and I'm going with you.
Exactly.
I mean, the whole thing is, you have to be able to point out to this person, this is not a birthday gift. Stop acting like it is.
Didn't the email say that she's not even a big Phillies fan?
She would have nothing to do with it. She can't stand the Phillies. It's her dad's thing. She hates them. She yells out 10,000 losses. Why would I spend my time there? Here's Ron. Ron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, didn't you say there was only one ticket that he got?
Yeah.
That's kind of shitty, too.
Yeah. Here's one ticket to a game that you got to go to with me, the person who gave you the shitty ticket.
And hates the team.
Hates the team. And you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but Dave is right. Who's driving to that? Who's parking? What is it, $25 for parking now?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
30.
In Philly, it's 8. And they give you a sandwich. And in Dave's case, he'd have to climb over the scariest bridge in the world.
Exactly.
The dreaded Ben Franklin.
Scariest bridge in America.
I don't know. I really have a problem with this girl. And Matt, I just want to say this to you. Don't even get out of this relationship and get out of Philly. Get out of Philly, because this is going to be the kind of stuff that's going to happen to you time and time again. Oh, my dad doesn't want to go to Goya Latino night. Durbin's pitching. You're going. Happy birthday.
Goya Latino Family Night sounds pretty fun.
In Philly?
Why don't you just invite the person to stabbing night?
It's like maybe at Shea, but not in Philly.
Fezzy, the prize closet thing isn't fucking bad. If you give somebody something from the prize closet, is that a gift?
It's yeah. If I gave someone, a friend of mine, something from the prize closet, yes, that's a gift.
To me, you're stealing from the listeners, who the prize closet belongs to, and then B, you're stealing from your friend because you've regifted something.
I will definitely say it's a regift, but it's still a gift nonetheless.
What if you just take an office chair out of the office here? Do you think that that's a decent gift?
No.
It's the same exact thing. That's office property that you've taken. What's wrong there, Earl? You're rubbing your shoulder?
Yeah, shoulder's a little stiff.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
You know what? I got to have you go the rest of the season. I'm going to pull you out of the game today. It's so weird. Pitsy's off the show because of jury duty, and now you're hurting.
No, I mean, just a little stiffness. I'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm worried about it. I am worried. Here is Biggs. Biggs, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, the only acceptable season ticket offer for a birthday would be for the NFL. There's only 8 games, and they're a lot harder to get, and they're more expensive.
Oh, yeah, but we've all gotten tickets from friends when your team is fucking 6 games out in late December, and, it's fucking 20 degrees. Now, do you go? Yeah, you go. You got a chance to see a ball game. At the same time, don't tell me happy birthday and fucking give me this. Fuck you.
The game's at Lambeau, late December.
Yeah. Exactly. Here's Jim. Jim, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boss bought me $1,000 cigar lighter for my wedding gift, and it pissed my wife off to the point where she doesn't even want me to use the thing.
Because it was only just for you?
Yeah, it was like a kick in the face because it's her special day. But it's my boss, and a bunch of friends chipped in for it, and it just pissed her off. Like she should have some teacups or something that
All right, where are you guys on this one? Earl.
If he bought him a lighter, he should be allowed to keep it.
He didn't say he couldn't keep it. He said the woman was pissed off. Fezzy.
I think it's a fine gift. Most of the gifts are going to be for the wife anyway.
Dave.
No.
That's what I said.
That's no gift.
Should be a couple's gift, right?
Absolutely.
I'm going to go along with this and agree with Dave. It's a gift to a couple where the boss is just acting like, I'm going to give something to my buddy. If he gave him one golfing vacation for one, I would be wrong, right?
Right, yeah.
The same thing with a beautiful cigar lighter, which everybody should have a beautiful cigar lighter. It's a fantastic way to live your life. But I can see why the broad would be a little pissed off. This gift stuff is so tricky that you should only give cash.
That's what I do.
It's the only way to go.
Yeah, I do that for Christmas, and I'm the most popular guy in the family in Christmas time.
You should be, Earl. You should be. First of all, you're a good-looking fella. Second of all, you know how to gift properly, and that's with money. What if, like, for Casey, I gave Casey and Dave, I gave some kind of fun comic book collection or some kind of Yankees memorabilia, something that both of them couldn't use. That would be wrong, right?
Well, I mean, it sounds like, but I think it balances out everything. Most of the brides get stuff that is going to be just for them.
That is also wrong. It's a couple's gift. What would the bride get that was just for them?
If there was any sort of, like, special china or place settings or something.
Well, there you're wrong, my friend. That's for the family. That's a family gift.
But it's going to be the wife who enjoys that. It's going to be the wife...
First of all, no one enjoys it. No one sits around and enjoys china, but that is an asset the entire family can use, where a cigar lighter can only be used by one person.
Right, yeah. But, I mean... Maybe she should take up smoking. But I don't see anything wrong. It's his friend and giving him a special gift for his wedding.
Yeah, a bachelor party gift, yes, but the gifts for the wedding go to the couple. That's a couple's gift. Dave, you agreeing on this or disagreeing?
Oh, I totally agree with you. And I think, Fez is thinking that dishes or whatever are just something that only women can use, in the kitchen, but they're for both parties. I think that's kind of chauvinistic on Chef.
And Dave's and let's say Casey's thing, and I remember her saying this. She didn't want any fucking cookware. Whatever she got was used to cook for Dave. So cookware is not necessarily a women's gift. Like a woman's like, oh, I'm so proud of my pans and my china. She would like cash so she could buy what she wants to buy. Earl, did you give them cash?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic gift. You did it again. I don't know what's up with you, Bad Arm, but you really have picked up the game lately.
Earl's gift was awesome. I'm just going to say that.
How'd you like to hear that, Earl? Your gift was awesome.
It really was.
I hope you enjoyed it. You and Casey enjoyed the gift. I mean, it just makes things a lot easier. That way you don't have to go shopping. You don't have to deal with all the
force
hassle.
them into something that you like. Like if I was to give you a jacket, it would be a jacket that I like, not one that you like. I picked out this jacket, and now I want you to put it on. That's a fucking obnoxious thing to do to another human being. It's obnoxious. I have a personal taste, and I want you to adapt to it. No. What I'm saying is, here's some money. Go get what you like. That's a thing of beauty.
Earl was great because he didn't even give a card. And I thought that's
What'd you
fantastic.
do, tuck it in his pocket when he was sitting up there with the ring?
I literally slapped $3 or $100 bills in their hand.
Beautiful, Earl.
No envelope?
I don't think you can get an envelope.
Not even a Post-it. It was awesome.
I love that.
No, I was genuinely excited. I'm like, this shows the height of unpretentiousness. This is fucking fantastic. And we've been close ever since.
That's good. Money will bring people closer together. If you make sure everybody gets a taste, it will help people.
I remember one year for Christmas, my youngest niece, she didn't even walk up to me give me a hug. She just started pat, because I always keep the money envelopes in the left pocket.
Front pocket.
Why don't you do this? Yeah, keep it down there next to the balls so that the niece is going, is that it? What's this big wad?
Left jacket pocket. And they're just is there something for me? And I was like, of course there's something for you. And it just pats the pocket. You're the most popular guy in an instant, the second you walk through the door.
But you don't give something that's not for both the couples when it's a couple's gift. And really, what's the only thing that you can get a couple? Cash. Anything more than that, and you're matter of fact, those people who show up with boxes at a wedding, to me, are disgusting. Because number one, how's that couple supposed to haul this away in a station wagon later? Stop it. You hit them with an envelope.
Mr. B, somebody gave us a digital video disc copy of Babes in Toyland. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Who did that, really?
I don't recall the internet person, but it was definitely someone from one of the boards, I think from Spread the Iris, and they gave Babes in Toyland.
I got news for you. That's one of those Fez Watley re-gifts. They had a Babes in Toyland. They obviously didn't want it. You got to go cash. You got to go cash. And I don't want to start doing that with our Christmas gifts, Fezzy, or just stop Christmas completely. Because I am tired of the nightmares of trying to put up with your bad gifts.
No, I like the challenge of trying to find a nice gift for somebody that I think they're really going to love and enjoy.
All right, you want to do this year, then? If you get me a Christmas present that I don't like, and I've never liked anything you've got me, I'm going to light it on fire. Would you be willing to risk that? And here's my two things. We either go straight cash or the fire challenge.
No, I don't want to take the fire challenge.
Then the third is this. Nothing, which I would love. Just nothing.
Well, I got to get you something.
Then it's fire challenge or the cash.
The fire challenge?
Beautiful. You got it then, buddy.
No. I'm thinking
Al Dukes, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
How are you?
Talking about the gift of cash. I think cash is only acceptable to give if you're giving it to somebody younger than yourself. Like I could
ask my father if that's a bad gift.
Well, like I could give my younger sister the gift of cash, but I wouldn't give my older sister cash because it just seems
well.
weird.
First of all, I think with wedding couples, you always want to give them cash. But you came up with something interesting. Can you hurt feelings by handing out cash? My own feeling about that is no. That is not disrespectful. That it is respect.
I will not give cash. What I will do, though, I will give a gift card for something of equal amount of cash, but at least I put thought into it. Like,
see, I hate a gift card.
Like, I'll be like, I know you love the Gap, so here's a Gap.
But here's the problem with that. I know you love the Gap. Here's money that you can only spend in one place. You might as well be giving them Portuguese money at that point.
But I think the difference is if you give somebody cash, they might just spend it on their electric bill, where they won't do something nice for themselves.
You know what, brother? Try to sit around with some pants from the Gap and no electricity. Who are you to tell them where to spend their gift money at?
Well,
it drives me crazy.
But people won't buy themselves things. That cash will just disappear. They won't even be able to tell you what they got with it. But if you got them the Gap gift card, they would say, oh, I got these khakis and I got this button-down shirt. Thanks.
I am going to tell you the truth. I don't remember any Christmas gifts ever in my life. I bitch about Fez's bad gifts because that's only because they hurt my feelings at the time. Here I am later. I don't remember one of them. I don't remember great gifts that I got. Everything just goes out there. I don't remember what or even if I did give Dave anything for his wedding. I'm going to just right now say, throw me in with your Earl 300. Think of that as a Spartan gift.
You were very generous.
I was?
Yes, you were extremely generous. And the problem is, Al, if Ron was to give me like a gift certificate to Barnes & Noble's, I would have had to buy fucking half their store. I mean, it's not...
That is a pretty good point, though.
Convenient.
Again, why should I force him to go to Barnes & Noble? With cash, if he'd like to go to Barnes & Noble, he can.
But if it's all in the thought of the gift, handing cash takes no thought. But if you say, okay, I know you love the Gap, or if you don't want to be forced to the Gap...
How is that thought? I got you a ticket to the Apple store, but I didn't know what to get. That's not thought. That's the same as cash.
You say, I know you love your iPod. I wanted to get you some type of accessory for it, but I didn't know what you had or not, but I do...
So here's some cash, if that's what you would like.
Al, you're just cutting out the middle guy.
No.
He's just making Apple even richer rather than putting it back into the general economy. All right, let's suppose I had $300, right, Fez?
Right.
If I gave you $300 gift certificate to Denny's, would that be a good gift?
No, that's too much to spend at Denny's.
I will tell you this, and this is what bugs me, and you're a gift card giver, right?
Yeah, I give gift cards.
Here's what I hate about gift cards. The girls, the Pal Talk girls, gave you a fantastic gift certificate to a restaurant. You never used it.
No, I have not used it.
But if they would have gave you cash, you would have used it. I remember Sweet Melissa years ago gave you a gift certificate to Mario Batali's restaurant. You never used it. It's almost like he lost $200 because he doesn't go out and do it. Where if he had the money, he would use it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. The money would be gone.
Right. And you're not going to use that restaurant thing. Now, the reason why it bothers me is that I would have went that night. And it's been bugging me ever since. A, it bugs me that you take money from people like that. And B, you don't use things.
Well, I'm waiting for a special occasion.
It was a year ago. It was a year ago. All right, the girls said they would happily take the regift. Would you like to give them back that gift so they can go out to that restaurant?
No, I don't want to give it back to them.
Think for a second before you become the guy who isn't nice for the third time.
All right.
Would you like to give the girls back that gift?
All right, I'm thinking about this, and no, I don't think it would be nice to give it back to them.
You wouldn't. Now you would. The only reason why you've even remembered this is because I brought it up.
Right.
It would never have gotten used, like the Mario Batali thing.
Well, I think I've eventually would have used it.
You didn't use the Mario.
No, that's true.
And that's 5 years now, and it's still bugging me.
Right.
Do you even have that anymore?
No, I don't think I still have it. I think it expired.
All right. This is why I get annoyed with this show. I don't know where to go from here. Tell me where to go, Al.
What about a mall gift card? Because that's multiple stores you could use it in.
Tell me where to go with this show. Earl?
But Al, you just... I'm just arguing with that. If he gives... Let's say Ron wants a holster for his iPod. That's $24.
I ain't never going to have a fem holster for my iPod.
No, whatever. Like headphones for your iPod.
No, I don't want those. And at that point, they're earphones. Because they don't really go around your whole head.
Earphones. He'll have to spend that amount at the Apple Store as opposed to, I'll spend $40 here, I'll spend $40 there.
That's a good point. Apple ends up with like $6-7 in their pocket every time. Because all the money isn't getting used. Yeah, I would laugh every time I was selling a gift card if I was Apple. I would never stop laughing. All right, now they're asking, would you please give that to Alki and Solera as a wedding gift, since they didn't have money to give them a wedding gift?
If that's what they would really want me to do,
yeah,
I would do that. And I would hope they don't have hurt feelings that I'm giving it to someone else.
First of all, they asked, do you give it back to them, and you didn't.
Well, that...
Now they went and moved on to, how about giving it to somebody? Their hurt feelings is that you never used it.
Right, but I never said I wasn't going to use it.
Can I bring up the case of Mario Batali and Sweet Melissa? You have a history of not using your restaurant gift cards, period. I think I've established that, Earl.
If they would like me to give that to Alki and Solera, I will.
You even know where it is?
Yeah, I know where it's at.
Yeah. They just downright, we just want someone to use it. Now people are asking for your headphone splitters for Christmas, Earl. You're a big invention. All right, Albert.
Okay, see you.
Hey, any chance of me catching on with your morning show?
They liked the tape.
Yeah.
They thought the chemistry was great between you guys.
Yeah.
But I don't know when they're adding that third person.
I like to talk sports. That's the thing I love to talk is sports.
It was a big sports weekend.
Oh, it was. You had the U.S. Open. There was all kinds of football, pro and college, baseball. Oh, it's all happening right now.
Yeah, so it was a great time to be talking sports.
Yeah, we are talking sports. All right, thank you, Albert. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Hey, Blowhard.
Hello, buddies.
How are you, my brother?
I'm hanging in there. Listen, this whole wedding thing, I think there's a cultural aspect to it. Growing up in New York my entire life, and every wedding I've went to, it was always cash.
Mm-hmm.
Always cash. And went to a wedding down south. My cousin got married a few years ago. Actually, I went to a couple of weddings in the Deep South, in Florida and Tennessee, etc. And I was shocked that people were giving crock pots, bread makers, and then even worse, the worst crappy food put out, and a cash bar. Now, that was alien to me, the whole concept of a wedding where you can just bring a crock pot, and then you got to pay for your drinks, and you're lucky you get a couple of pigs and a blanket, when in New York, you throw, you think about per plate how much you want to give if I'm bringing a date or whatever, and it's usually a live band or a nice DJ, sit-down dinner.
Yeah, it's a whole different. It's a different thing. Down south, definitely they don't make a biggest deal about a wedding.
Yeah, and I was shocked that you can give the crappiest gifts to people, and they're happy to get a butter knife. And I go to New York, and it's just like it's going to cost you money, but for the most part, you're going to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go to these southern weddings, and it was just it's hideous.
A lot of the southern weddings aren't even on the radio. They'll do non-radio weddings.
And it wasn't even like air conditioning one time at one place. It was at a yacht club, and it was my cousin marrying some redneck chick. And I think the bride's wife, the mother, made the cake. And the whole thing about weddings, it's just night and day. And this whole thing about what Al Dukes was saying, isn't Al Dukes the guy who gave $35?
Yeah. He's the worst. I would never take his advice on anything.
Gift cards might be a nice thing for Christmas or something, but when it comes to a wedding gift, you know what?
Here's how I feel about a wedding anyway. Do not invite me. I don't want to be there. You know what? I liked going to Dave and Casey's wedding because I had something to do that was fun. I could MC match game. That was my perfect thing in the world. If you let me MC match game, I'll show up for every one of these.
They get me on the floor. They want me to get up there and do the chicken dance or the alley cat. I'm walking out. I'm standing the whole time outside with all the guys smoking because the
smoking crack. I'm going to stand out with the guys that smoke crack.
It makes you want to smoke crack. And the wedding racket is just as bad as the funeral racket. It's just a scam. And if you got to hear daddy's little girl, the bride cuts the cake, and all this nonsense that goes on at some of these weddings, and it's just gaudy. It's just so hack. And it's the worst thing when they say, all right, all the single men on the floor, you got to catch the garter, or
right.
And it's just like, can we get over this ridiculousness of this whole cookie cutter ridiculous rituals that just...
I agree. And again,
skin crawl.
That's why I like Dave and Casey's wedding, to be totally honest with you. It was psychotic and exciting. And to me, that was very touching. It was very touching for me to see Dave's family have to sit there and hear piss jokes from Jimmy Norton. I'm not even kidding you for a second. I thought this is finally a wedding that is something that people remember. All right, tonight I want you to watch CNN Headline News and check out HTG, okay, Blowhard?
Oh, she's a star in the making. I know she's speaking for a good cause, and I think that most people should just finally pay attention, get a clue, and contact their congressmen or senators about the FCC being this American Taliban that we have, because I got a feeling that if the Democrats win the White House, we're going to see that fairness doctrine come back, and we just can't have that, can we?
I don't think the fairness doctrine will ever come back. Nothing ever does come back. You know what I mean? Like it's just like they're saying that the Republicans would be able to get rid of abortion. No, it just doesn't
It's a red herring. It's even if they strike it down, it'll always be in the states. I mean,
right.
It's just such a ridiculous issue for the. I don't want to go off course about the weddings, but. Right. We can alleviate some
He's
other
hoping
time.
Jim Crow laws come back.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Give me a call tomorrow, Blowhard.
All right, brothers. Have a good day.
All right. Take care of yourself. There goes the Blowhard. Boy, things get on his nerves. I'm not going to kid you about that. Things just getting his crawl. Getting his crawl. Dave, you were over at the wedding for Soler and Alki?
Yep, we attended it. Mayor Suarez conducted it. It was very nice. It was just
the mayor of what?
They're a little rinky-dink North Jersey town.
I didn't know that.
I always forget what it's called. But he swore them in. They had a nice little thing.
So is the mayor the only one who does that over there in Rinky-Dinkville?
Yeah, that was just it.
How did Soler look?
She actually looked beautiful. She was wearing white, and she looked like a gorgeous bride. Alki's groom's attire was a little unconventional, wearing jean shorts and sneakers. But, hey, it was still a great ceremony.
All right, so, his own way of dressing up.
Yeah, I guess so. But he made it, and it was lovely.
Yeah.
Did he have one of those tuxedo T-shirts on to go with it?
No, he didn't. He just had a nice polo, and he had his cane with him, which was fun.
How's he looking? He's looking good?
Yeah, he looked good on Saturday.
Good. That's good to hear. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Yeah, the gift cards is there's multi-millions of unused dollars every year, and a lot of them, if you read the back, if you don't use them for a certain amount of time, they take out $1 or $2 a month, and pretty much till they're gone. It's a huge benefit to the stores.
Well, look at Mario Batali. Somebody shows up there, hands him money for zero food cost whatsoever, zero service cost. Now, how many times do you think that happens?
Oh, countless times.
It's got to happen tons of time, because if you get money, it goes in your pocket. If you get a gift card, it goes in your junk drawer. It's just in there with the pliers and rubber bands and stuff you don't even need. Here's Celia. Celia.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
I don't understand gifts as an adult anyway. Like, I'm an adult. If I want something, I'm going to go out and buy it. I don't want my mother thinking about it, my dad thinking about it. Just, I'm a grown-up. Let's get together. We'll have dinner. We'll do whatever for my birthday. It makes me uncomfortable thinking about...
I'm a little uncomfortable with gifts myself, and I got to agree with you that I don't find myself wanting. And this Christmas thing, and it's good to bring it up now because we're not at Christmas, where people hand you a gift and you're expected to hand them one back, and it's just ridiculous.
Every year I go to my girlfriend's family's house for Christmas, and no matter what, I tell them, like, her mom, her aunt, her grandmother, they're all giving me presents. I'm like, please don't do this.
Right.
They've gotten to the point where they make me food when I go there. I'm like, thanks. And then I'm bringing home 4 loaves of banana bread.
This is what bothers me, too. That when you talk to people about, please, let's not do the gift things, you will get the, no, we're doing the gift thing. How and why are you going to say, I'm going to give, you would give somebody a gift because you what, Fez?
Because you love them.
If you love someone, why can't you respect their wishes?
Yeah, you love them.
I don't want to be part of this. But I don't get it.
But it's not just one-sided there. There's half of that relationship that does want to give a gift.
You sound like my mom.
You know what? This is like if you were in bed with somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You would not say, all right, let's just say that person says, I want to eat your ass, right? And you're like, no, I'm not the type that wants to have my asshole licked. Then you're going, no, you're going to like it and do it anyway. At that point, you're almost looking at rape. When you're doing something to someone that the other person doesn't like, it is rape. And that's what I worry about here. That this gift-giving business is a form of rape. All right. We are hanging out getting ready for our guest to be coming in a couple moments. And you know what I'm going to do, Fez?
What's that?
I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm just going to say who it is. And I'll do it in a matter of... and I have to say I'm extremely excited that this gentleman's coming in. He's not going to get here for like 5-10 minutes. But I want to put it out there anyway. By the way, here's our phone number, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. And this is going to be very, very exciting, and I believe it will make the Dear Ron and Fez show blog. It's going to be that big. I'll throw out some of the roles this gentleman has played. Let's go all the way back to Flamingo Kid. He played Ted in Flamingo Kid. Actually had an uncredited role in Raging Bull. Carl Cody in Live and Die in L.A. Fantastic. The Writer and Hannah and Our Sisters. One scene, it was terrific. Julian in The Color of Money. Pino in Do the Right Thing. Mo Flatbush and Mo Better Blues. The fantastic scene, one of the best American scenes ever in a film, Bernie Birnbaum, Miller's Crossing. Nick in Stand of Grace. Barton Fink in Barton Fink. These are phenomenal. Herbie Stemple, Quiz Show. Larry Maisel and Clockers. Al Fountain and Box of Moonlight. Like, unbelievable. Jesus and Big Lebowski. Unbelievable roles, one after another. Coming in here in just a few moments, Mr. John Turturro. And I will actually say this. I think as good as American actors, not only that we have now, that we've ever had. Fantastic actor. This time he's written... we just had Jeff Garland in here talking about independent film. John Turturro, who has also written and directed an independent film that he's put out.
Romance and Cigarettes. That's going to be playing at the Film Forum, West Houston Street in New York City. Or you can go to filmforum.org for more information about Romance and Cigarettes.
John Turturro stepping in a couple moments. Do you have the thing for Romance and Cigarettes, Fez, to go over the actors that are in that?
No, I don't.
Make sure that we get that, because I don't want to leave any names out of that. That would be something nice for Earl to have for us. But Kate Winslet is in Romance and Cigarettes. Suzanne Sarandon in Romance and Cigarettes. This is a phenomenal cast. James Gandolfini, Christopher Walken, Amy Sedaris, Elaine Stritch, Eddie Izzard, Mary Louise Parker. This is the cast of Romance and Cigarettes. John Turturro due up just in a few moments, and we are excited to have him come in. I don't know whether you saw Mac and Illuminati, Fez, those films.
No, I didn't.
He also wrote and directed those. So, fantastic filmmaker. Great actor. Coming in here now, John Turturro.
I'll
play the song in.
Didn't I make you feel like you were the only man? Everything that a woman possibly can. But with all the love I give you, it's never enough. But I'm gonna show you, baby, that a woman can be tough. So come on, take another little piece of my heart.
All right, John Turturro coming in. This one of the many songs in Romance and Cigarettes, which is kind of a musical, huh, John? It's a musical, but they're kind of singing along with the songs.
Well, basically, we use the music like people do in real life. You know, in the car, in the bathroom, in the bedroom, in the basement. People all have their own private soundtracks to escape reality, to fantasize, to express things that they can't express in language. And all of us have that. We all have that there's a certain kind of emotional memory we have with certain songs. So I thought that would be an interesting thing to use as a device. Whereas if James sings along with Tom Jones is the dominant soundtrack, but the actor is, accompanies.
It's very funny that you said that emotional type anchor that we have with it, because I saw this film with my chick and her sister, and every song they were pumping each other because their grandparents used to play so many of those songs.
Right.
So many of the early 60s stuff that their grandparents held on to. And so while you're using that for the characters, the people that I'm with are anchored in with each one of these, which I thought was kind of amazing.
Well, I think that's what, everyone has an imagination, and everybody loves music, and we all have our own eclectic, mix in our brains that we have. So I only chose a few modern songs. I chose a Nick Cave song.
Which was great.
And the song from the Buena Vista Social Club, which is really an older song, but it's been out here. It's new, for us now.
And even with the Springsteen song, everything, it just seemed like it was dead on. Was it tough to get the music though?
It took us about a year and a half to clear all the music, but Bruce Springsteen liked the script and the idea, and so he came along and he gave us Red-Headed Woman for a very modest price, and that's how we did it. We did it song by song.
And you have to go in and convince all the people.
All the people, because you're dealing with music and lyrics, and then you're dealing with the artist.
Right.
So I had some interesting conversations with. I had an interesting conversation actually with James Brown.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they wanted to know. Who was, going to sing. At one time, James Gandolfini was going to sing along to It's a Man's World. Right. And because he said, he said, who's singing my song? Who's singing my song? And I said, what'd you say? I said, my song, who's singing? I said, the guy, and then I got nervous because I was talking to James Brown. I said, well, the guy was on The Sopranos. He's bad. Yeah. So, but, it's kind of like, I always thought of it as sort of Charles Bukowski collaborates with Bruce Springsteen and James Brown, on a movie, with music and kind of down and dirty poetry, because it's basically a love story, and it's also tender, but there's a certain amount of obscenity that goes along with the tenderness or the spirituality, you want to say.
And it is, again, when you're watching this film and you go into, I guess, surreal places, it would be considered, but. So you got to take that leap in. You got to say to yourself, I'm going to go along with the film.
Well, you know what? I think people do that every day in life. When you have an argument or, something good happens or whatever. And, I had a lot of real firemen in the film. They're the dancing firemen.
Right.
And when I kind of read some scenes to them, they were like, yeah, we understand this. This is our life, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about a marriage and adultery and all these things. They're very human things.
Right.
And you really want to surprise people when you do it. And I think it's quite funny, the movie. I mean, audiences, when you see it with a big crowd of people, audiences really, really laugh at the film and really enjoy it. And so now we're just kind of opening it up here, and we hope to go wider. And we've had a lot of success in Europe with the film, and it's been delayed because our company was bought by another company, and that was, that's the facts of life. But now we're back up on our feet, and we hope to have a long run.
John Turturro was sitting with us talking about his film Romance and Cigarettes.
And that's playing at the Film Forum on West Houston Street here in New York City. You can go to filmforum.org for more information.
I think one of the things that works so well in the film, by the way, I'm a big fan of it, and again, I will say it took 4 or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it was that I had to say I'm going to stick with so I could stop acting like this doesn't look like real life. But the actors really, you see the actors in a different way, I think, than you ever had before.
Right.
And I'm at the point right now, I'm a big Kate Winslet fan. I would assume that she would not be able to surprise me anymore. And the scenes that she did in this film, I'll put up against any film, any actor working today.
I think she gives a brilliant performance in the film. I mean, I know that sounds a little self-serving, but it's, you said it first.
I will say it.
I'm just seconding.
That's fair.
Yeah, she gives a brilliant performance in it because she basically does everything you could possibly do in about 30 minutes of screen time. And I also think that James Gandolfini gives a fabulous performance in it. You know, it's really funny, it's tender, he's sexy, he sings, he dances, he farts, he does everything. You know, he has, and you know, James is a guy he's got just a tremendous amount of humanity, you know, when he approaches it. So that's what I wanted in the characters, and that's why I wanted certain kinds of people. And I always knew that Kate could, you know, when I was a kid, I always had this thing for Anne Margaret.
Sure.
And I showed Kate Tommy, and I said, you see what she does in this, how wild and how uninhibited she is. You really feel the visceral attack from her, and Kate really got that. And she's actually, you know, she was very capable of doing it. So.
Yeah, I
think I unleashed it.
Yeah, she's very powerful, very sexy, and then I don't want to give away any of the scenes, but you shoot a thing with her underwater that is, again, one of the more beautiful scenes that I've ever seen on film. And shocking, you know, where it comes in, at what point of the film you were not ready for it.
Well, you know, I think people like surprises. If you can follow something emotionally, you can say, I understand what these people are going through.
Yeah.
Then, you know, why does it have to always be told the same way? And I think, you know, people want that. And when I put people in a room with that movie, it really becomes like a communal relationship between what I'm sharing with them, because you know, that's the world I come from. I come from a very, you know, middle class, lower middle class, working class world, and that's most of the country.
Right.
You know, the truth of the matter is that's what keeps the country, you know, moving. So that's why I have all these, you know, garbage men and policemen and firemen doing all these crazy things.
Kind of living their own dream life.
Well, everybody has has their own private life, and to me, in some ways, that's actually truer than trying to do something that's just completely naturalistic sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, in certain, and especially when it comes to sex and love and relationships, because you're just not in control of that stuff.
It's all out of your control. You got to give it up, right?
You think you are, but you just...
Well, I mean, that is, you know... and again, I don't want to give anywhere. I want everybody to get the same surprises that I had. But I was talking about there are surreal scenes. There's a realistic scene from Mary Louise Parker does with the phone that we've all been there in our life on either side, whether we're answering the phone or looking at that person, how long it takes. That's a heartbreaking scene. And as real as anything people can get to. Such good acting in the film and such interesting stuff. And again, I want to say that it seems to me like it is a film for adults. I have so much time problems when I go to movie theaters that I'm like, this film doesn't seem like it's aimed at anybody who's had any life experience at all.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I sat on the idea for almost 10 years, so there's a lot of things that I drew from real life, and there were things I imagined off of that, but many things I observed and sort of just, you know, filtered away in my brain and just let it ferment. But I like to see that. I like to see something that I can laugh, but I also can relate to.
Right.
That I can also recognize occasionally. There's all different kinds of humor, but the things that make me laugh the most is when I, you know, see something that's really recognizable and really funny.
Sure.
You know, and you know, I think there's room for that because people are kind of starved, not getting that.
Right.
I know I am.
You know, I was just, I agree with you, because sometimes things will take you out of a movie faster than the stuff that you were doing in the like you were doing stuff like, all right, let's follow along in this realistic thing. But a lot of times you'll be watching a movie that's supposed to be realistic,
right?
And at the, you know, then they'll go, all right, the only way we'll settle this is with a boat race or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're like,
well, they always give you an answer.
Yeah, what is this thing about? And that's what really takes you out of films that people are doing now.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I sometimes think you watch so many movies, you know, growing up and everything, and the more answers you get, the more lost you are in real life. Because in real life, you don't get answers.
Yeah.
You know, you get questions, and it's how you deal with the questions and what kind of, and how you either grow with that or, you know, or shrink from that. But when you always give a sentimental answer to things,
sure,
it's really, then when you have these big problems in life, sometimes you think, well, how come it isn't like that? And it's not like that.
Well,
it's not.
That's what's great that you're saying that, because the family that you have in the film are probably more the way families are. Like, why am I still with these people? I wouldn't have picked them.
Right.
You know, it's not that it's not that we're doing all great things, but you cannot find yourself pulling away. Even when you go away, you're still pulled back to them.
Well, you know what? I feel like there's, in not a sentimental way, but, you know, when people use the word love, it's an unambiguous, ill-defined word. I mean, it's an ambiguous, ill-defined word. And I like to see movies where people are attempting to love people.
Right.
But that's a messy proposition.
Sure.
It's not a smooth proposition. And it's not about, you know, movies so many times are just about people falling in love.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's like the easiest thing in the world.
Sure.
Like, you know, what happens in the second step, the third step, the fourth step. And so I have young love, you know, middle-aged love, and then kind of illicit love, you know,
Sure
in the film. So, you know, and you know, that stuff really interests me because it kind of defines who you are emotionally, you know, through the day. You know?
And whether you can accept other people in your life, or he maybe needs something on the side that keeps him going. I mean, it's those compromises that make up who we are and who our families are. And I read that you wrote some of this while you were doing Barton Fink. That is amazing to me.
Yeah, well, it was in my mind. I have to say, I had this conversation with my dad about some of these things, and so it was in my mind, at least the title was in it. But I decided to be really typing when they were filming me because I thought, you know, then you'll see that I'm really doing something and not posing and make believe I'm smoking or drinking. So I would work in my trailer and I would work on the set. And I had a few different things I was working on. But many of the things that I actually...
the themes are there, the common man and all that.
Yeah, like a lot of the ideas that the opening scene of the movie I wrote, you know, on that typewriter. The scene with the fight with the neighbors, you know, I wrote some ideas, you know, for that, you know. So yeah, I was writing away there. I knew I was onto something. I said, wow, this is a good title.
Romance and Cigarettes, which by the way is a really great title. Why did you come up with that? Is that from the movies themselves, or from?
Well, my father grew up that way. He was suffering from lung cancer. He was talking to me one day. He was telling me about all the things that he regretted in his life and things he should have done and could have done. And then in the middle of this conversation, I don't know if it was to justify himself or whatever, in a very irreverent tone, he just threw out. He said, you know, man should be able to smoke. You know, be romantic. You know, smoke his brains out. And he said, you know, that's what it's about. You know, and he kind of laughed when he said it. And somehow it just lodged in my brain.
Right.
And I knew he grew up with that because everyone smoked, you know. Doctors used to recommend Chesterfields, you know, or Camels.
Right.
And lots of people died from it. So, and he did. So it was just stuck in my brain. And then after he died, I had it there, and it just was too soon to write something like about that. But then as I thought about it later on, I said, well, it doesn't have to necessarily be about that. It can just be, you know, a theme.
Right.
I mean, my idea for the movie is, you know, life starts out, there's this big band. You know, some people have an orchestra, some people have a little band, and there's all this music and noise and craziness and sex and passion in life. And then usually, as life goes on, it becomes more austere, and it becomes more a cappella, you know. And that was just an idea I had, you know, musically. That, you know, when you hear just a voice, even from the past or whatever, it's so powerful because your brain fills everything in. Versus when you see, say, a home movie without sound, it's not as powerful as listening. It's so much more alive because you are filling everything in, and it's much more interactive. And I just thought that could be a powerful juxtaposition from the beginning to the end.
Now, when you brought the people in to do the film, it's not a big Hollywood film, so that you can't pay them the same way.
Right.
Is it based on the script? Is it based on you directing? Is this what actors are looking for, to do something a little different?
Well, the Coen brothers read it. They really liked it. They said, John, you got something here. We're gonna, we'd like to try to help you. And I said, hey, that's really encouraging. So we did a reading, and I asked different actors if they wanted to read. They recommended Gandolfini. I thought he was a little young originally, but once he read it, I said, wow, he really understands the world of it.
Right.
And he has this great, and he looks like just a regular person.
Right.
You know, and that's what's kind of his appeal in some ways. And there were a lot of the same people did the reading for me, and everyone just liked the material, and they liked me, but they also liked the material. They were a little afraid of it. Some of the people, James was a little
Sure.
bit. But that's how it, that's how it kind of worked.
They get a little afraid of looking silly, like this has really got to work.
Yeah,
John.
this has.
Yeah.
So what we did was we rehearsed. We did like stupid, rudimentary acting exercises, which people haven't done in years, and they were terrified to do. I made them go to singing coaches, the people who wanted to sing along. I said, you don't have to sing, great. Take dance classes, I mean, some of the most fun was we got all these firemen together and we put them in a room with all these chicks in leotards, and they were going out of their minds. These guys, they never wanted to leave. So, and I could see, well, that's the dynamic I want in the film. But I tried to get everyone to be as relaxed, and I would make a fool of myself sometimes to show them, you have to go to a certain height with this. You have to take it to a certain extreme for it to work, because it has to be real, and then you can go all the way with it, from there. And you can't hold on to certain things. And I have to say, most people, there was only moments where people retreated.
Right.
Only moments. But people really, they attacked it with with relish.
And that had to be the most important thing for you as a director, that they really had to go on that journey with you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's got to work, And so the acting is very, very subtle and really, really wild.
And again, doing this on a Coen Brothers movie where you first came up with the idea and doing it with, and they make the kind of films where, it's a challenge for the audience members to show up. And I'm a gigantic fan of theirs. But almost every single time, I'm like, what is this? This doesn't even feel like a Coen Brothers. Whatever the movie is, I got a little problem, the first 5 minutes, I got to hold on, and then I just finally give in. And so many people that, to me, I think if you only knew John Goodman from Coen Brothers movies, you would put him next to Brando. He's that good with them. What is it about those films that...
Well, those guys are, once again, they're really smart, they're really prepared, and they're really human beings. You feel relaxed with them. I mean, with Joel and Ethan, I'm willing to try things that I wouldn't do for other people.
Right.
And, I mean, on this film, for example, they not only helped me get the money and recommended people casting-wise. They helped me get the music guy, and they helped me really edit the film. They came in after I had an assembly, and they said that, there's sections that have to go and this and that, and they always did it in a very gentle, delicate, intelligent way, and they made the movie better and better and better, and it really helped me. And that's when you have real friends, and these guys have, as their mom, when she was alive, said to me, I don't know where the boys get these ideas, and that's how, I feel like I'm like their cousin or something like that. So, but and it's a fun environment to work in. You don't feel that you're going to be fired or taken to task for, or say, that didn't work. There are directors that seem very nice, and you get in there with them, and they start yelling at you, and they start telling you that's no good, and so what? You take a swing, you miss,
right?
You get another swing,
right? Stop freaking out.
Yeah, and that does not help, at all. And Joel and Ethan just don't do that. And so when people are like that, people go to work for them. You don't have to get paid, top dollar, And not only that, when you do stuff for them, it usually makes it into the film, And I've learned that, and they're really good friends, and they're fantastic filmmakers, but they're better people.
Right.
And on this is like, they love this film, and
that's fantastic.
And that means so much to me, and and their support and help,
Well, stuff that you've done with them, of course, the Jesus character in Big Lebowski, which doesn't go away. You had a small role there, and that comes up all the time. And for me, Bernie Birnbaum is the scene in the woods is maybe one of the best scenes that's ever been shot in an American film. One of the few deaths of scenes, even though it doesn't turn out to be that, it's absolutely as frightening as you can get watching an American film.
Well, I felt like I did a really, I was... Like I said, I felt like I was making contact with the ball in that scene, and they put it together in a beautiful way. And I had something underneath that I was thinking about a lot, because I thought, you rarely see movies where people where you understand what it is to plead for somebody's life,
right?
To when your life is on a line. Yeah. And I had a little incident, not like that, but just a little brush with something by accident when I was younger that I never forgot, and I tried to sort of incorporate that, in that. And life is precious, and people will do anything
to
will do
right.
anything to survive. And when you see that in a movie, it makes you think differently about all this, blood and guts stuff.
Right.
I like action too and things, but sometimes it just gets to the point where it's just like a big cartoon.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really, I go, enough of that.
Well, here's what's funny too. If you've just recently been through a traumatic experience of something violent has happened in your life,
right.
You will look at our movies and our TV shows and go, is this constant? Because you don't want other people to see it. But right. You don't even realize this on a normal day, how many times that we're stabbing or shooting each other.
I know. Films. It's just, and that's why, like in this film, like
right.
they have one fight and a thing, and everyone is like laughing, and then it turns really violent.
Yeah.
And there's ramifications. People,
right.
You can kill someone if you have a fight with someone.
Absolutely.
And it's so. It's so glorified, and it's not only that; it's not even humanized.
Right,
and that kind of bothers me. I've had some incidents in my own life, and I go, that's not what it's like
at all.
So if I'm going to, see something like that, I want it to be.
Well, how many times in American films have we seen a guy knock out his friend so he doesn't have to go do something? I'll just punch my friend will be knocked out, then
right.
he won't go.
Yeah.
In real life, when someone gets knocked out, it takes you weeks to get over it.
Sure.
There's a concussion.
Right.
That never happens.
Right.
But in
right.
reality, we think more like what the movies is the real thing, because no one ever knocks out their friend.
I know.
It's insane.
It's... sometimes, you could civilize people by also, and not in a lecturing way,
right?
By doing things that are full of, life and diversity, like I try to do in this film. Just basically about human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just using my imagination to help tell the story and a certain amount of humor. But, I'd rather see stuff that's really, racy and
mm-hmm.
human than just this violence. Because eventually what you're doing is you are really desensitizing people
right.
on a constant, barrage. And, it's like I was watching a football game yesterday, and then they carted some guy out. My son wanted to watch it, and they only spend like 20 seconds. The guy's like maybe paralyzed, taking him out. And now you're reading about all these football players. They all have concussions.
Jim Otto, when you look at what a great player he was when we were a kid, and now he's can barely walk.
Right. And so there's this, there's a big price to pay for that.
Yeah.
And so it's not bad to also to be honest about that.
Right. That we do like some amount of thing, but now look at Muhammad Ali now. He gave us what he gave us, but this is the payment.
Well, I have to admit, I'm a boxing fan. I really grew up. My father was an amateur boxer. I boxed, and I like boxing. But, it's
you got to look at it at the end.
It's a brutal sport. Very few people get away with their faculties intact. Very, very few people. But these are sporting events which symbolize our appetite for that. But I do think movies have just. They've taken it to a point where you just go, guys are shot out of here, they're shot out of there.
Yeah, right.
And eventually you go like, if you trip and fall, you hurt yourself, So
here's another thing I liked in Romance and Cigarettes that you did there too, is to show that at some point the father always is on the outside of the family in real life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I remember it with my father, like, who is this guy? And then when I have kids, there's times I'm like, all right, I'm here, but I noticed that everybody else is a little more tighter because whether they spend time together.
Right.
And I really love that part of your film.
Right. Well, he's and I try to even make more of that because it's all girls against him. But the dad is, even if there's boys, the dad is the visitor. Sometimes everyone grew up saying, who's that man in my mother's bed?
Yeah.
Somewhere, even if you couldn't actually articulate that thought, you were like, this man is taking away my woman. You know,
Yeah,
when you're a little,
Because
5 years
everything
old.
would change when he came home from work.
That's right.
There was a life that went on, and then the big man came home, and everything. Okay, now he's getting his dinner. He's got a drink. We're all here's the paper. Everything changes.
That's right. So that's why I had that, one scene where he comes home and obviously it's like a big rebellion in a house like that where the wife doesn't cook for him.
Right.
And he he freaks out. He's like, I got nothing to eat. You know what I mean? And they rebel against him that way. So yeah, I think that's that is a thing that people don't realize. And also, being a father, you learn how to be a father.
Right.
Some people are I think maybe moms, because they carry the child,
right,
and they're with the child more. There's a different kind of
it's
ebb and flow.
instinctual almost.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously women can't beat us in sports or racing or whatever, but have a toddler fall over and you will get there after 4 women every time. The mother will get there, the sister, the aunts. Yeah. Every woman is quicker to get to a kid who fell down than any man. It's the strangest thing.
Well, that was another thing that kind of interested me in the movie. To put as many women as I could possibly put in the film, because I see these movies. There's like 20 guys, there's one young girl, and that's it. Or maybe there's a girl's friend or something. Yeah. So I didn't really want to make like a chick flick.
Right.
I wanted to make a movie about men and women.
Right.
But I wanted to
to show the power of that femininity.
And that's right, and how strong they are. And that's why I had Elaine Stritch be the mother.
Right.
When she says, you got dinosaur balls. I should have clopped them off when you were a kid. It's like James and Steve Buscemi in that scene as actors. They were intimidated by Elaine.
Trying to figure it out, yeah.
Yeah, they were afraid, because Elaine she's a force of nature.
And what I do like is real feminine power. Like, a lot of times they go, all right, we'll put the woman in the man's role where she'll have the gun or whatever. Yeah. But there is a whole different thing where women can shut the men down just by using their own stuff.
I mean, I think in domestic life, the woman is the more powerful person,
and it's always been that way.
And I think men have to do all these other things,
right,
to try to even the
breadwinner or whatever.
Go out and
fix things,
and then I can make war and stuff like that. But and I don't think that's kind of explored enough, because it's something kind of liberating about that. And it's interesting that all the actors that I chose that were men, I actually think all of them have a strong kind of like, feminine side to them too, masculine, feminine. And I think James is a fascinating actor that way. He's fantastic acting opposite of women.
Right.
I know he has sisters. I know he grew up with sisters, but not a lot of guys are that good opposite of women. And James he's good with every woman in the film. And Steve has that. Steve, everyone thinks Steve is like this little skinny guy. Steve was a fireman, Steve Buscemi.
Right.
And he's a strong little guy, and he's a really solid man, but he has this gentleness to him.
And both those women, women about those men, even though they're non-traditionally good-looking guys, women are attracted to both those guys.
That's right. And that's something that's so interesting to me, because movies have always sold. If you have a certain kind of bone structure, certain face, you say, well, that guy is beautiful or really handsome, and the woman's really beautiful. But sometimes there's all different versions of that, and there are some people who are just really sexy, and they don't necessarily look like a leading man, but they're the leading man or lady of their life.
Right.
Everyone is their lead in their life.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of great to see. And some people can't handle that, but I think most people can. I think most people can. And I like to see that too.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see something unusual, you say, wow, I didn't think that I would think that. And that's kind of cool.
I'll tell you what I like, John. I like the fact that you made a film that you're thinking about things that should be thought about American filmmakers, and you put this together on your own. You've done it with your acting career, and I can't thank you enough for all the different movie roles that you've got, that you've kept us entertained. But this film, for you to bring it all together with different actors, and the fact that it is thought out and it's different and it needs to be seen. Romance and Cigarettes. John Turturro, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
For being in here. Fez, give him the plug.
John Turturro's new film, written and directed by John Turturro, Romance and Cigarettes. It is playing right now in New York City at the Film Forum, West Houston Street. Again, New York City. Go to filmforum.org for more information.
Thanks so much for being in, sir. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Ron
John.
and Fez.
Thanks for having me. That was terrific.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Look at your heart. I'm praying to you. Look in your heart. I'm praying to you. Look in your heart. I'm praying to you. Look in your heart. I'm praying to you. Look at your heart. I'm praying to you. Look at your heart. Look at your heart. You can't come in. Look at your heart.
Oh, there he is, our best buddy in the world right now, John Turturro from Miller's Crossing. He's got a brand new film out called Romance and Cigarettes. It's a little bit different of a film. Great actors in it. And I was talking about Kate Winslet. It's time to just admit that she's unfucking believable. Just unbelievable actress. Time and time again, she keeps proving it. It's hard to believe. Go ahead and plug the Romance and Cigarettes, Fez.
Romance and Cigarettes, it's playing at the Film Forum, 209 West Houston Street, New York City. You can go to filmforum.org to find out more about it.
Or if as he watches this film rolls out. You know, we talked about we have a little bit of the theme thing today because Jeff Garland came in and his character had a thing with Marty, remember?
Right.
And I remember John Turturro in Quiz Show.
Oh, okay.
Remember that thing?
No, I don't.
Where that was the question he was refused to answer.
Yeah, he blew the question.
Well, he had to.
Yeah, he was told to blow the question, even though he knew it.
You know, I mean, we're talking about of all of his things. Great. He was unbelievable in Quiz Show. Unbelievable.
Was it Herb Stimple?
Yeah, it's very good, Earl. So you looked a little nervous, a little shaky.
Oh, I was scared shitless.
Really? Why?
It's John Turturro. For me, he's like a really, really, really big star.
Yeah, he is. He's a great actor.
Consistently good for decades.
No, it's very funny. We were talking about this not too long ago when I was saying that he's, maybe our finest actor. And then a little while later, you get the call that we could get him. Because I even think that showed up in one of the blogs. Ron and Fez, Dear Ron and Fez Show is the name of the blog, Fezzy.
That's right. You can check it out on ronfez.net every day from Kathleen from the Bronx.
I mean, the guy played Howard Cosell and Billy Martin. Wow.
By the way, I don't know much about Billy Martin's personal life, but I remember exactly what he looked like running out of the dugout. Exactly what he looked like running up the front baseline. And fucking Turturro has it down 100%. Looks just like Billy Martin. It freaks me out that you could get somebody's run down.
Even the way he held his cigarette. When he would smoke after games, he would just be sitting. I mean, every little nuance, the way he sat in the dugout, the way he would sit in the clubhouse with his feet hanging up like this.
Here's what got me about Turturro. And I mean, I've always thought, what a great, intelligent... the shit that he was saying in here. What a smart guy who thinks things out. Who doesn't just keep running the same shit back and forth, but he's thinking about things.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about this Romance and Cigarettes and all the dynamics that went into it and all the thought processes of what he wanted to elicit from people. It's pretty cool.
Fred, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, Fred from Brooklyn. How are you, buddy?
Yes, hey. Great unmasking on Friday, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. It was great to see you there.
Hey, terrific to always see you. In Rounders, he made a card player like a human being. When he went at Matt Damon and he said, "Look, I got a family to feed. I'm not out there trying to fucking achieve some bullshit dream," and it was so real. And you know what? He brought the real poker player to life.
Oh,
not the kid who.
I'd say the same thing and do the right thing, even though it's like a. Considered a black movie. He was the one that I thought had the race thing down perfectly and what people normally act like. I thought Spike uses them over and over again, right?
Yeah, I think with the exception of only 3 movies, he's been in every Spike Lee film.
Yeah. He's done a lot of Coen Brothers, a lot of Spike Lee, some of the best directors.
I mean, that alone. This is like Coen Brothers, Spike Lee, just those two directors alone, that's a career right there.
You know what he was telling me? We went out and got a picture together there, and he said he got into XM for Dylan. He was one of the people who went and bought because of the Dylan show. Loves it.
Theme time radio hour.
Yeah, he loves it.
It's going to premiere. Second season rolls out September 19th.
Oh, I hope this year he does something on wheelbarrows or anything that just moves things from. It could be even forklifts.
No,
but any equipment that moves things from one place to the other.
The first show's theme is hello.
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 That's it. Songs about that have hello.
All right, Fred. I appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, thank you, Ronnie. Bye-bye.
All right. Turturro. Jeez, Earl, you did a good job, buddy.
Thank you. That was that. I mean, I don't know, I'm just like floating right now because that. And he loved it. He loves you guys.
Based on what?
He said he had a lot of fun, and he said, "Hey, can I get a copy of the interview as he's walking out?"
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, he wanted a copy of the interview.
That's great. I dig him, man. I think he's so fucking good. But that's a bizarre thing, man, to see how much has to go into a movie. I mean, both those guys today, we're talking, Jeff Garland takes him 3 years before he shoots, before he gets it out. Turturro's, I think, was even longer, and he started writing this 10 years ago. Now, every time you watch Barton Fink, you will think about the common man. That's who I write for. The common man.
That's the one movie I've never seen from start to finish. I always caught it in
Barton Fink?
Barton Fink. I've always caught it in the middle on cable.
Barton Fink. Come in, Barton. Fantastic fucking role. And again, not everybody can get into that movie because it's not realistic in the normal sense. You're kind of watching something from another dimension. Go to that dimension and watch this film, though.
Almost whimsical in a weird way.
Fuck whimsical. It's frightening.
Yeah, it's a total...
Far from whimsical, you idiot.
It's dreamscape meets nightmare.
Yeah.
It's nothing like whimsical at all.
Yeah, I don't know where you're coming from. You know, sometimes, and you and Fezzy need to fucking pass things. When you try to be agreeable, you can sound silly. You just don't want to agree with everything that comes along.
I'm not trying to be. That was the first word that popped in my head.
I know, it had nothing to do with what we were talking about. You were just trying to back me up, and you threw out the word whimsical when it's just the opposite.
Again, wrong choice.
You go back to feeling happy about getting Turturro in here. That's what you should feel right now.
I feel very good about that.
You should. You should feel delighted. What was that?
That was something from Eastside Dave.
What was it, Dave?
No, I popped the mic in to say that, and Lily happened to groan. But Mr. Turturro...
Why was she groaning? What's going on?
She was talking to a caller. I don't know what's going on her side of the room. I'm going to look into that. But Mr. Turturro, for a while, the only actor who won Best Picture at Cannes, and the film also received Best Picture with Barton Fink.
It did not win Best... only at Cannes?
At Cannes, yeah. But he also received Best Actor.
That has nothing to do with anything. Why do we not want anything like that? Brother Joe, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, Ron?
What do you say, pal?
I'm a big fan of John Turturro. I always have been. There's a movie called Sugar Time that was done about Sam Giancana, the monster.
And, with the girlfriend? Yeah.
Yeah, with the Mary Louise Parker. She played one of the
McGuire sisters.
Phyllis McGuire. Hey, it's a mob movie about like scandal and his relationship with her and how it ended up bringing Momo Giancana down. Probably one of his best. And it's a little known flick that he did.
It's really funny. We could throw a dart at his list of roles, and you could say maybe that's his best role over and over and over. Because he'll do good things. To Live and Die in L.A. is not a great movie, but Turturro was great in that film. I mean, he is scary great.
I didn't know he was in that film.
Yeah, he's the guy who gets busted, who he's sitting outside he's in jail, and he's like, oh, somebody's going to get whacked. Someone's going to get whacked. He's watching these black guys come in. He starts going, wait, is it me? Is it me? It's so fucking scary.
Yeah, he's great. I put him up there. I'm a big fan of Steve Buscemi too, and they're kind of like a quirky good.
Right, and they'll both go after those movies that, they're going to be a little seen or whatever, but they're great pictures.
Right. That's it. It's not the role that makes the actor big.
Oh boy, you've always got something for us, Joe.
I'm good like that.
You are.
All right, jerkies. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, my friend.
Later, man.
Brother Joe, check out his website, notyou2.com.
It's not you two?
Not you two.
Fez, what's happening up there? I know we're ending the show soon.
Yeah, Hillary, Barack Obama had his big fundraiser hosted by Oprah Winfrey over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought she was going to bring in about $3 million for Barack.
Money?
Yeah, $3 million. 1,500 guests at her estate in California coming in. Is there any big name endorsement that's even close to Oprah's?
How do we know Oprah's good? We don't know yet.
No, we don't know yet, but I mean, if you're going to get an endorsement...
Right.
I mean, everything else she touches really turns to gold.
Not the same thing as voting for somebody, though, is it? It's
No.
never like, you could say, George Clooney, but that stuff backfires sometimes. Barbara Walters, that's been known to backfire. Sometimes a church will say, we back this person, and people will show up because they're like, who cares what the church says? So it's much more difficult than you would think there. Now, I always think the endorsement to get is any of the big unions or associations.
Right.
So if you can get, the police unions, there the guys are going to show up because it benefits them. A lot more than a celebrity person. We have no idea whether Oprah's going to bring any votes at all.
So, and Fred Thompson, he is in the race now. So, and he came out, he got a little bump in the polls over the weekend from entering, but Giuliani's still out in front on that Republican side.
For now, but isn't it still big to get the Teamsters endorsement too?
Whatever it is, if it's a big union, the Teachers Association, whatever a big thing is, people together. Doesn't matter which one that it happens to be, but if it'd be more likely that they would be able to say to their members, hey, this benefits your job, the work we do. That's going to probably get people out a lot more than social issues, which people may agree with, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to leave the house for or go and vote that way. I mean, no one ever even knows if, rock stars do this all the time. Let's do something. But you have no idea at all whether there's a Green Day vote, despite what they've done.
No, it's the Vote for Change tour.
Right.
They pretty much endorsed John Kerry, and he still lost the election and didn't bring out that big, rock vote.
Well, it does bring out vote, but at the same time, is what I'm trying to say is it brings out the anti-vote. Oh, you think you can tell us how to vote? Makes other people a little angry, and they go out just to vote against it. So voting, you really don't know all that well. And I would say the church votes are strong.
Yeah,
but again, you're going to have people voting against the churches.
Yeah, churches tend to vote in blocks also.
Absolutely. And theirs are based on the fact that if they think they're going to follow some guy to take them to heaven, why wouldn't they think, why wouldn't they agree with his vote in November? Let me head on over here to Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Earl dropped the ball again. He forgot to mention that the Yankees are 4 games up over Detroit in the wild card, and I was wondering if Dave's getting his preparations ready to spend the week away from Casey.
Now, Dave, you are required now, we're at 8 days, where you cannot talk to Casey or see her. Can we count on you as a man?
Yes, you can count me as a man.
Because at no point before have I seen you've come across as a believable person.
Well, I always come through with bets. That's the one thing, whether it's the shaving of the heads or Sopranos on my back. I always heed to bets. So I will not cheat at all. I'm very...
you now feel like the Yankees are going to get in, though. They're 4 games up with how many games left?
About 23 games left.
About 23 games left. It's going to take a meltdown for them not to make it.
It doesn't look good, but the Tigers, they could get hot and the Yankees could falter.
By the way, you a former Yankees fan, Earl, you a current Yankees fan. Why aren't you guys talking about A-Rod more?
I mean...
I never hear you bring up his name.
I've always, everyone, when they would trash A-Rod, I was like, this is the best player in the game. He's a 5-tool player. If you just leave him alone and let the man play, he will produce. They've left him alone this year, by and large, save for like that one thing with his with the girlfriend in Toronto, that whole deal.
Right. Yeah.
But here he is, 52 home runs.
Legitimate home runs, not steroid home runs.
Bombs. Yeah. I mean, just flat out, he's a big, strong, healthy 5-tool player. He is the league's MVP.
Earl, Dave, how come you never bring him up?
Well, because it's not October. And quite frankly, I don't care what A-Rod does because he's already
You know
won
what? Good
an
point.
MVP.
What about this nickname for him? A-Rod Baseball. We start and call him A-Rod Baseball.
Wow.
As one of those great Yankees who's never had a ring.
Yeah, I mean, people forget he's won an MVP with the Yankees, so
Yeah.
he's going to win another one. Big deal. Get it done in October, and then we'll pat you on the back.
By the way, you're not permitted to watch TV or listen to the radio when you're done here.
I don't. What?
Yeah. Come on in, Lil. Switch out with Earl. Lil, how you doing today?
Good.
I wanted to bring this up here. We've got 8 days that Dave will have to do this.
Okay.
Right? I am willing to break it down to 4 days. How's that sound to you, Dave?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. But here is the only way I would do that. Lily, you would not be able to talk to your boyfriend, Jonathan, for 4 days, and Jonathan and Casey will have to stay together for those 4 days.
Okay, I'm out. I'm out on that.
Interesting.
No, I'm out on that. Thanks.
4 days.
No, thank
2
you.
days.
That's not 2 days. No, you're not
even
helping.
1 day.
I mean, Mr. B, if you want to do like a 6 hours,
No.
I'm not doing
I
4
threw
days.
out 48 hours, and neither one of you two would be able to talk to him. And maybe even we go this far. If we say 36 hours, I'd be willing to send the two of them on a romantic trip together.
Okay,
Oh, that's
again.
nice.
No, that's not nice. I'm against spending nights.
Why?
For them spending nights. Well, there's a history there. I don't.
But
feel
they
comfortable.
could have. Now you trust them, right?
Sure, but it's late. It's nighttime. Hey, come sleep in my bed. I'm not really into that.
I mean, it's like
I'm thinking about the Caribbean.
No. Hot weather.
Sultry.
No.
that's way too temperate and romantic. No.
So you don't trust. You guys do not trust your mates.
I trust my wife very much.
Then why wouldn't you give up, just 4 days instead of 8 days?
Listen. You might trust a wolf, but if you throw a steak in front of a wolf,
All right, so your wife is a wolf, and Jonathan is a steak.
that's not what, okay, that was a bad analogy. But
Yeah.
my main point is, no, it's just too much temptation. If Temptation Island taught us anything, you don't want to put people in that situation.
This is the only time I'm actually agreeing with Dave.
That Temptation Island taught us something?
No, about this not being a good idea.
Wow.
I thought you would have snapped that up, Eastside Dave.
No, I can't do that. But that's okay. I mean,
And you're keeping away from a beautiful Caribbean vacation.
That's not going to happen.
Well, then do Dave and I get to go somewhere?
No.
Oh, then no.
Would
I
you
don't
like to go somewhere with Dave?
I mean,
I don't even think if I could go to
have.
heaven and Dave was there, I'd still try to check out.
Well, that's hurtful, but no, I mean...
How did you like John Turturro?
Loved him.
Really?
I really think that I'm in love with him. I actually asked Dave, I said, is he married?
Did you? Was that just based on today, or have you always felt that way?
I always kind of had a crush on him.
Yeah.
But just seeing him, and he's so well spoken and so soft spoken
very
and
smart
so
guy.
polite. Yeah. And that's it. Smart guy, and then that's all I need.
And you know what? I hate to say it, but I will say it. A lot of actors are not smart guys.
No, absolutely not.
We had one actor in here who was dumber than the suit that he was wearing, and I'm not. And I tried very hard. He had done a documentary where he did voiceover work, and I watched the documentary, and he came in and knew nothing about it, nor did he know anything about his own culture, and his questions were coming up. I saw the fear in his eyes, and I would never say what his name was. It was Jimmy Smits, but I think that's closer to being what an actor is like than more than what John Turturro is. I think most actors are not that thoughtful. Like, they'll take the roles and they'll act them out, but I don't think they work the way that Turturro works.
No, they're like Vinny Chase. They're all like
Good
him.
point.
That's the
Jimmy
typical...
Smits is Vinny Chase, and I don't hate the guy. I don't have a problem with him, but I saw him struggling here about questions about his own ethnic background in the movie, the documentary that he was pushing. It's very bizarre.
If anyone was going to know, it was going to be Jimmy Smith, you'd think.
All right, that's just about it for us, Fezzy. We're going to be buzzing out of here. How you feeling today?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, it's an okay day for you?
It's okay. Yeah, I do need an aspirin, though.
Think you're having a heart attack?
I don't know. There's something right in the middle of the chest again.
And maybe get some Odge, too. Do you ever take Odge medicine?
Not so often, but...
Earl, bring your Odge medicine in, too.
Usually only at night.
Take one Odge, take one aspirin. That thins your blood out?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Jeff Garland, we want to thank him. Check out his new film, I Want Someone to Eat Cheese With, now playing at the IFC Center on 6th Avenue in New York City. Plus, it's rolling out nationwide as we speak. And you can also get it through your local cable system by checking out Movies on Demand. Also, John Turturro, his film Romance and Cigarettes, that's playing in New York City at the Film Forum, West Houston Street, New York. Also going to roll out very soon. Check out filmforum.org. And HTG, Happy Typing Girl, tonight on CNN Headline News between 5 and 6 p.m. in the East.
I'm going to be watching that. Good news for you, Dave, from your wife. She says, regardless, I'm sure Jonathan will come visit me anyhow while you're gone. He's still my friend.
Aw.
So you've got 8 days instead of 4 days now of not knowing when he's going to be there.
That is the nicest wolf.
I love her. That's all I can say.
You don't feel loved, though?
I do. I feel loved. I feel a little hurt. But hey, it was a great show, and it's a great Monday.
Why judge? Why judge?
Tuesday, Wednesday through Thursday.
All right, that is it for us. We'll see you back in here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
That's the end of my show. Donk. Things like that drive me out of my mind. I watched it for a little while. I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of Satellite